Alright.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the third episode of the DarkRitzMian podcast. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So far, for me, it's a bit later than for y'all fuckers, but hey, it's whatever, ain't it?
Meh.
But as you can see in the title, we will be having an interview with TJV later on. Yeah. At this point, we're just gonna be having to wait until he gets here.
Yep.
Hey, chat, do you think Brendan Fraser would play a good Nathan Drake?
Damn it. Come on!
Nowhere! Just out of nowhere!
Out of left.
Hey,
left
chat. Brendan Fraser, huh?
Just randomly, Brendan Fraser.
He'd be good as
Yeah,
Nathan
dude,
Drake.
you want Brendan Fraser as you know?
Yeah.
You understand?
I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're all going to be talking bollocks anyway, so I might as well kick it off swinging.
I guess.
Fair
The only
point.
reason why right now,
fair.
the only reason right now why TJV isn't in call with us right now is because he's doing a few things. So it'll be a little bit before he'll join us.
He said he's going to join us soon.
He is gonna join us soon, so hopefully it won't be too long. But we'll have to see and wait.
I mean,
Wait and see, actually.
Yes.
Because otherwise the pronunciation is fucked.
Yes.
Yeah, Damon. Do you want to restart the podcast so you get that
Oh,
right?
dear
No,
lordy.
no. That's fucking worthless.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom before any of this kicks off. I'll be back.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you should probably mute up.
Yeah.
just in case-
Server muter.
Server
I heard that.
Oh. Who did it?
yeah.
Who did it?
Serious though,
did
fam.
it.
You know what? This is a podcast. While we're waiting, fuck it. Brendan Fraser should have still been in Hollywood, but he was sadly
Fucking God.
cut short.
Want to start the topic again?
Brandon
What
Fraser.
started it?
We're talking about Brendan Fraser again. Yeah, before the podcast, we were talking about Brendan Fraser and how he should have been Nathan Drake in the newest, oh shit, what was it? Like Far Cry?
Far Cry.
Not Far Cry.
Uncharted.
Culture
Not Far Cry,
swine.
Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I still have to play the games. Like for the new Uncharted movie, apparently Tom Holland's gonna be Nathan Drake, and we were like, oh no, it should be Brendan
no.
Fraser. It should be Brendan Fraser, and we were talking about it for like 10 minutes.
I mean, if anything.
Yeah, we were like discussing
Mate,
that shit for like 10
Mate,
minutes.
did you ever own a PlayStation?
Yeah, I did. I never really played it.
I mean,
You got games on your phone.
The thing is, Uncharted is only
Hey, games
Sony
on your
exclusive,
phone.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first game wasn't until the PS3.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to I'd have.
Yeah,
Hello,
keep
Hello,
that-
I
keep
am
that
under the
garbage away.
water. Please help
Did
me.
you
I am
say the
drowning.
first game was exclusive until the PS3?
No, I said the first. It wasn't like a thing until the PS3.
Yeah.
I
Because,
could've-
like, during
I
the
need to look
PS2
back
era-
on that.
Because
You said
during the
exclusive.
PS2. No, I did not say that. You completely misheard me.
I mean, there's a podcast live, so you can re-listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Hell yeah, Mr. Krabs.
Yeah,
Oh
baby.
yeah, Mr. Krabs.
The
Because
first game
during the
wasn't
PS2
until the
Oh,
PS3.
yeah, Mr.
You
Krabs.
fucking
oh, yeah,
donut.
Mr. Krabs.
Did you call me a donut?
Yeah, you did.
You are a
donut?
donut.
Take
Oh
offense to it
my
if you
god.
Monkey.
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 Yeah, because during the PS2 era, Naughty Dog was still working on Jack and Daxter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
We're working on a lot of stuff.
Ooh.
damn, bro,
Yeah,
they
what?
could have had
They take fucking time on shit. Like, how long did they work on Last of Us Part 2?
They could have
not
had
long
someone.
enough.
And yet, it's
let's not
parts of it
let's
were
not get started on
still
Last of Us
shit.
Part 2.
Last of Us 2
Yeah.
was shit because the fucking dev. The fucking dev was like, I want to be in everything and I want to fuck the girl. And that's why it took twice as long.
Bruh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fucking
Honestly,
a girl
okay,
that had
so,
that
there
was
were
flat as
some
a fucking
parts that-
washing board.
yeah, there were some parts that were good. There were some parts that were good, I will say that. I like the way that
Graphic.
the immersion part of it, where it's like, say you run out of ammo and you try to like pull the trigger again, and you hear like the click of the gun. If you're going against like like a human enemy, it would be like, oh, you're out of bullets now, bitch, and then
they'll try
like
to
they'll come
cancel
after
on
you.
Twitter.
Like
Cancel
they'll
us.
say all that kind of shit. But then
There goes Twitter.
like that part
already.
was
Get
really
cancelled,
cool.
boy.
That part was cool.
Get
But like there are
fucking
parts where it's like
canceled.
Dina, the character,
Yes.
fucking hated her. I hated her because it seemed like she was only put in because
We'll get you cancelled,
Oh,
uncancelled, and then cancel you again
no,
just for being uncancelled.
the only reason I honestly think that they just put
That's how
Dina
the
in the
Twitter
game
life cycle works.
was like genuinely just because Ellie is a lesbian and they needed to have a character to show that Ellie was a lesbian.
Oh no.
She had no plot significance. There was a point where she literally, it was easier when she was actually going around and helping, like, take out infected. But the second the whole entire, Dina's pregnant, and sorry for the spoilers, but the game has been out for a fucking while, so I'm gonna talk about it. But to the part where it said, oh no, Dina's pregnant. All of a sudden it was like, oh great, now I have to fucking do shit on my own. And it fucking sucked. Like,
Talk about
Dina was a
the
fucking
real...
shit character.
Let's talk about the real problem of the game. Alright? Everything. First of all, Abby. Abby in the game is a complete LGBT bait, and I will fist fight you in the street chat. You can argue with me on anything. You can.
She wasn't though. She was straight.
What gender was she?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Okay, so
how gay was she?
Abby wasn't gay. Abby was never gay in the game.
Ritz.
It's a genuine
Ellie-
question on a scale
Ellie
of
was
1 to
the
10.
one- Ellie was the one that was revealed as gay. Dina was the only one. Dina was just the character they put in to prove that, to like basically shove down our throats. So, oh yeah, Ellie is gay. This is her lover.
What gender was Abby?
You know,
Abby's literally female, but she's built like a dude.
And what did Naughty
like-
Dog say she was?
Oh.
She.
Obama.
Shut up.
Obama.
She is Obama.
Rich,
Well,
shut the
Obama's
fuck
point
up.
now a
I'm
new
making
gender,
is,
everybody.
right, is that the whole game is a shit show because of how they handled Joel.
I was so mad.
It was such a shit show because keep in mind that the reasoning for what happened to Joel is complete and utter trollop.
It's because
May
he
he rest in
killed
peace.
Abby's like dad. But at the
Whatever
same
dignity that
time,
they gave him.
but at the same time, I hated with every single cutscene with Abby up to the point of the present how she was like, I figured out where Joel is. I figured out where Joel is. I figured out where Joel is. He has a brother. He has a brother in Jackson. And that kind of stuff. And it's like, honestly, you need to fucking move on. All the characters, honestly, there was a romance plot. And I honestly kind of like the romance plot between Abby and the dude. For a little bit. And all of a sudden it's like, oh no, Abby has to stop it because, I found out she found out where Joel is. And, like, that was all she would fucking talk about. Like, honestly, no wonder the dude didn't want to fucking date her anymore. Because she was so obsessed with Joel.
I thought it was funny when Joel's brother fucking clapped them all. I thought that was funny.
Technically, he's not the one that clapped. No, he clapped, the
Get
Hispanic
ratioed,
one.
motherfucker.
He clapped the Hispanic one, he clapped another one. But the rest of them were all done by Ellie.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Teach
I
you to
get the
ruin a game.
revenge thing. I can kind of understand. So with the ending, I kind of understand why Ellie let Abby go.
Don't.
I
Why
get
not?
because no. It's because
Trevor.
you know
hey!
the entire
Welcome.
game
There
started
he is.
with people
Hey.
hunting down Joel and
Buenos dias.
killing him. Then Ellie went on this revenge plot, and like I can kind of get why Ellie let Abby go because it was just like the same scenario that
Oh,
happened
just
in the
long
beginning of the
silence.
game.
I
And
thought
it's
she
like,
should have just
She
shot him
didn't want Lev to go after her and kill her, and it would start everything over again.
Ah,
She
Kill
didn't want
everyone
to happen. Yeah.
Also,
I'm done
Anyway,
talking.
anyway.
I'm done
Yeah.
ranting. I'm done ranting.
That
I
was
like
long one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good now.
You said it
Yeah.
until you start up again.
Do you want me to start up again? I can start up again about my rant.
George
Yeah,
Bush
hello.
didn't care about nothing.
Fucking
Oh,
Simp.
God.
Don't worry,
God
be careful.
damn it.
I'm not gonna do this here.
Yeah, we have a guest.
They say that
We have a
9/11
guest,
was
right?
an inside
We have a
job.
guest.
and changed the information.
Oh, let's
Come
not
on,
get into the
man.
politics.
Yeah.
No, okay,
Right
we're
now.
done talking
Enough,
about that.
enough.
Yeah.
Enough,
Yeah,
enough.
but we have a guest here that looks very concerned.
Yeah, about our current topics. Yeah, he looks concerned.
Yeah, he knows who I am.
He's like, I'm already regretting this.
Hey, no,
He's like,
listen.
I'm already
He
regretting
knows who
this.
I am. This is normal.
Run while you
Fair.
still can.
Run where you still can.
Abandon all
Oh,
hope, ye who
shit.
enter here.
Abandon all.
I don't know
Welcome to
if Turfer's
hell.
either been really quiet or he hasn't said a word yet.
He just
I
hasn't
mean,
said
I
anything.
guess I'm not sure what this is supposed to be all about either, so I'm just jumping in to see what
Just
Hey,
it's
talk
about.
about how you've been getting on
Alright.
and shit.
Oh, this is the
yeah.
usual.
Yeah, we
So,
literally just
so
talk over random shit.
let's start with the obvious thing. Alright? Mini Lad coming back.
Okay.
What are your
What do you
thoughts
think?
on it, and how are you going to proceed with it?
I think Mini Lad coming back. Well, he's already been back. He's been on the Craig Thompson channel for a while. The fact that he's coming back to the Mini Lad channel and he wants to start uploading on that. It's the same thing I said about the Craig Thompson channel when he started coming back, because I don't think personally he should be on the platform, and a lot of people share the same opinion. So, like he was uploading on the Craig Thompson channel, I wasn't making a video about every single upload he did, like I used to back last fall when I used to do that. Every single video he uploaded, I had a counter video to upload, and a lot of people remember that, and a lot of people said you're so milking it and all. It went well for me, so I didn't care if I was milking it. So I could do it this time around again too, but I think this time around, the topics I choose to cover, is a lot more wider than it used to be. I'm more involved with a lot more stuff when it comes to either anything to do with the Louis stuff over at Crow's channel, or the Omrecker drama, or like having a couple of appearances of the Vanos crew members jumping into my chat, me talking about EDP445. Recently I started talking about that vegan guy, Deep Vegan or whatever. There's just a lot more topics I'm covering now. So like if there's a reason to cover every single upload and live stream Mini Lad, I will. I think the first few I will be like really on top of that. But if he's just gonna upload regularly or live stream regularly on his Mini Lad channel and kind of ditches Craig Thompson or like jump in between, I'm just gonna let him be, because that ain't really good. One thing you need on YouTube is consistency to keep the viewership up and build an audience. And if he's not really gonna be working at building an audience, but just trying to hold on to the ones he has left, I mean, I don't really have to do much at all to get what I, desire, which I desire him not to have a platform at all. But I'm not going to at all go to any length to get him to that point. I just going to share my opinion on that matter, and then we'll see if other people agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Trevor, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's also a video online on YouTube from a certain YouTuber, Seal. It has one of the first few minutes of his first stream.
Yeah,
live.
so somebody ended up sending that to me. I already have it downloaded and stuff like that. That will be a entire video where I talk about break down what he says and why I have a problem with it. So
I mean, if anything, he said that he realized that that first video he uploaded for a quote-unquote apology is not really an apology. Because he said it himself, and he is going to be more transparent, but he ain't going to blast it all out in one stream.
And I think that's a good thing, because like he sat here and said, hey, that first apology video he made, and even the second one, like he doesn't really consider it an apology video. That proves to all those naysayers and the Mini Lad supporters and the people say, hey, give him another chance and all. To all those people who are saying that, your own YouTuber who you're trying to defend is saying those are shit fucking videos of an apology. So he
that
didn't
really says a lot.
Yeah, and he didn't really explain himself, or he didn't really come out and talk about it in full like he should have. So yes,
true,
I think he should do it again, and do it a lot better. But the question is he even capable of doing it? I don't think he's capable of even doing it. So
I mean, in this case, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, because he sounded like genuine in his first few minutes of his show. But that's just my opinion.
He genuinely seemed like he did change, but only time will tell. Like,
Yeah,
he
only
could
time
show
will
his
tell.
true colors eventually.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, because with Minnie, it's always a case of like he says that they're shit apologies and he's going to try and move on from it. But the question is how long will he accept it, and then will he do the same shit again?
Yeah.
Like you never know, because it's like the way the justice system is. Like people like Minnie, they usually get in, they get transferred and all that, put in prison, and they spend like 6 months, a year there. They get put back out, and then they have a tendency to repeat the same crime.
Yeah.
So we don't know if he's genuine or if he's just saying this to kind of say, yeah, just get off my back. I've done time. I've been I've been off of YouTube. Leave me alone now. You get what I mean?
Seems fair.
I get that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, kind of like to brush it off, like, oh yeah, nothing happened. Like, I'm totally changed.
I mean,
That kind of shit.
we just have to wait and see at this point, if anything. I mean, if he really has changed, I would be okay with giving him that second chance. But if he hasn't, then I mean, he shouldn't try again. But that's me.
Yeah. Personally, if he already fucked up enough.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many screenshots that have come out against him. There was something that he said to his mod saying, hey, like, I'm just going until this whole entire thing blows over and all sponsorships are going to come in and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's already enough evidence, like, to prove that he was never going to change. So for him trying to make a quote-unquote comeback, it's just gonna make him fall flat in his face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Also, Ritz, I wanted to say nice to meet you officially and be able to
Hey, nice
talk
to meet
to
you.
I remember the last time I heard your voice, you didn't like me a lot, so I was like, I better introduce myself. So,
I mean,
to properly explain why I made the video, on my end, just things weren't lining up for me, and it was starting to piss me off a little bit. And I made the video just a little bit out of spite, a little bit, but after
was it about
rewatching the
that
video-
email by that Susan Storm person? Was it about that email?
That was one of them. That was one of the cases, and then like
Okay.
it was just after a while. After
I
watching my
can-
video again.
I can see where people were like getting confused. Like I would even get comments from people saying like, "Oh, you're all buddy with him. You're defending him against this email," and I'm like, "Well, no, this email's full of fucking shit." And I'm trying to say that. And at the same time, during my live streams, I was saying I was in contact with Ohm, working with him, but we weren't like working together or anything. I'm still very against all of his viewpoints. The man tried to sue me, so like I'm not.
I seen that actually. Yeah, I was concerned about that.
And the only thing I'm doing in DMs with him is that he's sending me information about people from my channel and my community who might be harassing him. And if they're not part of my community, I will respond to him and say, hey, they're not part of my community. I'm not worried about that person. But if they still happen to be in my Discord, I'll send a message saying, hey, you got to stop sending death threats or doxing him. And if you don't, I'll ban you from my community and report you to YouTube, Discord, Twitter, whatever it is. So
yeah,
that's the only thing we're doing in DMs. So like, I people started getting it twisted, saying that I'm
like,
buddy with him all of a sudden, and someone even said, "Oh, you're gonna hop on his Twitch and play games with him at one point." And I was like, I would never play a fucking game with Oldmarker.
I mean,
all he plays is Dead by Daylight. There's no point.
Yeah, I don't like Dead by Daylight. I don't like the games that he plays, and I'm not a big gamer. Like I could take the opportunity with all my followers to play a bunch of games and do a bunch of streams and videos. I don't do it a lot. I don't like gaming. Like gaming, I like doing it when I don't have to record and when I don't have to upload and just hang out with some friends. I don't really like doing it if it has to do for YouTube. At that point, it becomes like a job.
I mean, in regards to that whole Ohm thing, I was concerned hearing about it because my immediate thought was, oh shit, Ohm is fucking around with him and he's trying to like coerce him into shit. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? It's very refreshing hearing it now from you. Because, like, me personally, I thought he was trying to fucking, like, silence you. Because he's done something like that. And I was worried that he was just telling you, like, hey, yo, if you don't keep hush, I'm going to do A, B, and C. So it's nice to hear that it's not as bad as people thought.
I mean, yeah, it did get a little bit serious. Like, I was in contact with my, with lawyers. I did get in contact with the police department about those screenshots and saying, hey, if they're real, you need to contact this guy and, get a hold of his local police department and figure it out. But if they're fake, then the people who are making this up, this is a very serious crime, and you need to be able to find out who those people are. So I was in contact with people, and then I think right when it was probably a week or so afterwards, Alm and I were just then talking on Discord, and I was explaining to him, like, I have been in contact with the police department and all this other stuff, and he was like, okay, well, we should have our local police departments work together then. And I'm like, I 100% agree, but you can't be threatening to sue me, because I'm not going to work with you if you're going to threaten to sue me. And he says, okay, I'll take that down. I'll take down. I'm like, oh, you also have to take down that video of you saying my penis is a Tic Tac or whatever he tried to insinuate.
I remember that.
Joking on those
Wait, did
Tic
he
Tacs.
seriously say that, fam?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did.
He did.
He made a video, and I told him at the end of the day, I don't really care because it's kind of funny to go back and look at. But he made a video where he zooms into a Halloween costume where I'm dressed as Tom Cruise from Risky Business, and I have underwear and a pink shirt on my Halloween party. He took it off my personal Facebook, which I don't share publicly. He took it off my personal Facebook, throw it up on the screen, and zoomed into my crotch, where I'm wearing tidy whities, and compared it to a Tic Tac, which you can't see because that Halloween I had to wear like 3 pairs of underwear to like really cover shit up. So like you can't see anything, but he goes, see, his penis is a Tic Tac.
I remember some
no,
hold on. I remember some comments that video. People were like, "Yo, what the fuck?" This like at this point he was a kid, and he's like, "Oh, go eat some Tic Tacs or something like that." And I was like, "Oh my God."
He would then tweet at other commentary channels and stuff like that, like EDP445 holding a box of Tic Tacs, and I'm like, oh my God, this is
it's like, man, this
He
dude
was so
salty.
He was so salty. He was so salty.
yeah.
that was. So
I mean,
good.
if anything, about all those things, there's really no evidence to prove, but also no evidence to disprove anything that has been said so far.
Yeah, that was actually the thing I wanted to ask about. It's like, you say like everything in that email was supposedly fake, but do you have any means to prove that they are fake? Because yes, while there is no way to prove that it's true, as far as we know, there's no way to prove that it's false.
Well, it all depends on what you're talking about in the email. Like, it brings up in the email, like, court cases with Omerker. Yes, those are true, but, like, in the email, it's
More
claiming,
so-
he's suing this company just because he's salty that he got fired, when the case is if you go read the court case, it lays out what Omerker and his lawyers intended to sue the company for. And it's not because they were salty because he's fired. They had discrimination against, Ryan, which is his real name, Ryan.
Yeah.
This ain't news or anything, but it says it all in that court case and stuff like that. And you could do a Google search of it. Like, people can find this information online.
If you search Omreker's Ryan court case.
This email had the intention to cancel Ohm and all these bogus claims. And I sat here and said, hey, all this old stuff from this old forums page that he used to do.
Yeah, something
awful. Read
something
these
awful.
screenshots, read the email. It's all fake. And that guy, that commentary channel who made that video that got a few thousand views or whatever, he ended up taking it down the very next day. And I wanted to contact the guy saying, hey, I didn't mean to throw too many jabs at you or anything like that. But come on, man, you got to read that shit before you make a video.
Yeah, you can't just get something and then just run with it.
I used to get slammed for shit like that too. And luckily, when I did it, it wasn't that big of a deal, so I could
the first Louis thing with the Google the Google Drive thing.
Yeah. Again, it's still all really shady. Like, the last time I think I did something as bad as this other commentary channel did, this was way back during the Mini Lad stuff. Like, I think I read like somebody's comments that said that, hey, I knew Mini Lad or something like that, and I made a whole video talking about if this person knows Mini Lad, that means Mini Lad did this, and that, and then I took down the video like the very next day, and I was like, okay, that's bogus as fuck.
Remember that.
It was
so fucking. I wasn't around at that point.
But hey, like, everybody new to the game. I mean, you're gonna learn. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna keep moving forward. And, Again, I don't think that commentary channel who fucked up on that Omerker thing should stop making commentary videos or drama or anything. And I'm not looking to insult that person going forward. I want that person to get better. And if they want to pursue the commentary scene, keep doing it, but do it in a way where you can get better and be more credible and stuff like that.
Yeah, no,
like, you're gonna
I think the main reason why this whole interview is happening in the first place is because we have other people calling me out, and they don't want me to get better. They want me to no longer be a commentary channel like Zombie Fox and HD. So the intentions there are a bit different than what I do. Like if Zombie Fox wants to be a commentary channel, by all means, be a commentary channel. But you got to kind of clean up your act to make sure that what you're reporting is good information and that you can try to get both sides or try to remain neutral at some aspect. But
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
And if
Absolutely.
anything, I wanted to get you on here to just have your view on the situation, get your story out there as well. I mean, there's one story, like, why not both? That's how it should
Right.
be.
Yeah, because that's what I said before Trevor even came on
Zombie,
here.
Zombie Fox can get a hold of me, no problem. He can. I mean, and he knows a lot of the old staff members, and a lot of the old staff members still have my current staff, and there's ways for Zombie Fox to get a hold of me. So if he wanted to talk to me, he could have. But Zombie Fox purposely chose not to contact me. He did not want nothing to do with me at all, and he just wanted to run with all these things here and there and all this other stuff. And again, I have an explanation for all of it. I'm not going to cover the entire how long is the video, like an hour long. I'm not
50 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to cover every single screenshot like right now. I think I want to do that in a future video if I get around to it. But I did watch your guys' part 2, whatever.
Yeah.
It's about 4 hours long.
Yeah, it's 4 hours long.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So-
I didn't watch the full thing, but I watched up to the 59-minute mark, and I was writing notes with some of the stuff you guys were claiming. So if there's ever like a chance later on where you don't mind me bringing up, there's some points that a couple people made, and I just kind of want to bring that up and be like, hey,
Hey, if you want to
You
discuss
know.
it right here, that's fine with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you can.
absolutely.
You're free to.
I'll do it when like y'all are ready. Like, so if you guys have any more questions or you want to lead the interview, go for it. I mean, I don't care.
If anything, I want to like point out why there are even 2 parts to begin with. I said it in the previous one as well, but everything that happened in the first part of that podcast episode pointed towards Dawson. Because I was
DDoSing, yeah.
DDoSing, yeah. Because I was you went live on your channel with saying you were going to watch the Venom movie and taking a break and stuff like that, and talking about the Zombie Folks and Velocity video. So we were watching that at the same time, but like pausing it here and there to like give some feedback or give some comments on it and our thoughts on it. And all of a sudden, my internet just shut itself.
Yeah.
like it completely.
And it wasn't
completely
like
died.
it wasn't his provider because he was able to use Discord just fine, like on his
and
computer.
he tried it with
And
his
it was-
modem. It wasn't the modem, so I started running things through people, like asking, like, "Yo, is my friend here getting fucking hammered off the internet?" And they all kept saying, like, "Well, the whole thing about the proxy, it could be multiple things, but the general consensus is that someone tried to boot him off."
Yeah, I even had it in my settings and I have a screenshot of it that my proxy settings weren't breachable at all. So, I'm not saying it had anything to do with you. Don't get me wrong there, but it seemed weird at the time, especially since I was watching your stream.
There was way too many coincidences
Yeah.
going on.
So I'm not saying you
I
had
talked to
anything
Made
do
a
with-
little bit. Made talked to me a little bit about it today. I just told Made, like, I hope if you find out who it is, you're able to report it properly.
I
Yeah,
I
we were
don't
like
think I
all
can,
like
'cause I
freaking out when it
yeah.
happened. It was
Yes.
not fun.
I cannot
y'all were
really.
freaking out. I was trying to figure out what the fuck went on.
Yeah, if I had like a package checker to see what was coming onto my network, I would have been able to find out what was going on. But since I don't, and I don't really am into that stuff as of yet, I can't really do much with it. So, but hey, I hope it doesn't happen again, because that was fucking bullshit. If anything.
Yeah, like I just want to say, like, if you're the one that actually didn't happen to be watching this, kindly go touch some grass.
Yeah. Really.
Find something better to do with your time.
In another way, just go fuck off.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we were not.
Pretty much.
Go eat some grass.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I
we
think
were just here to.
I think it is a good time to go into like a few things from the video.
Yeah.
If you want to, like, go
Yeah.
for it. It's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what this was all about to begin with. But
And you said that these were things that we said that you think you wanted to address.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
So I just had some notes about the video and stuff like that. So like in the very beginning of the video, or at least the part 2 video, I haven't watched part 1 video, and I plan on watching it all later on. Just in my spare time while I'm editing or something like that. But someone said no one is being biased or anything. You guys are just here to like give your opinions and all. But Simp in particular was there to give his own, like, his side or his experiences and his 2 cents into it because he has experiences and stuff like that, and he was going to speak up on that. So that's fine. I don't really have a problem. And for the first hour, I haven't heard a single thing from Simp talking about his own experiences, but him talking about other experiences in my Discord. So one thing was that apparently I doxed Vex by dropping her name Ruby and what state she lives in and stuff like that. And then a lot of you guys thought that, yes, he's doxing, but he said he wasn't going to do it at one point. So this is the timeline of events, and if you go look at the dates, you could very easily see that this is why. And if you were to watch that full video where I talk about why I put her name in there, if you were to listen to the entire video, you would have known why I put her name in there. So in the live stream where I said I wasn't going to reveal any personal information about Vex and Kyle, that was when they first left the server. I was trying to leave it mutual. They were leaving, but at that point, Kyle had a bot where he logged into the bot and deleted 90% of her chats. He was trying to destroy my server. I was still going to give them the respect and say, hey, no harassment towards them, no nothing. I'm not going to reveal any private information about them, but they are out of my server. They proceeded to go to in the live stream chat and still talk to me and be all pissy in my chat about it. And then I still didn't reveal any information. Several months later, there is other people, an ex-staff member, Tricky, and a couple other, like maybe another ex-staff member, a couple of ex-members, who were trying to find a way to expose me or destroy my server. And Tricky, one of the ex-staff members, said, hey, I know Vex said that Kyle had a bot that could nuke my server, and if we could sneak that bot into the TJV Discord, it would completely destroy it. And I explained this all in the video, and I said, okay, well, I have no problem revealing their names because at the time, back when she did leave the server, she reported to the FBI that I sent people to go harass her. The FBI says, hey, you're open to talk about this all you want. It doesn't matter. And I'm like, okay, can I ask you a couple questions? The guy that I talked to from the FBI sat here and answered me back saying, I can reveal that her name's Ruby. You know, it's just a first name, and it's a very common first name anyways. What state she lives in, Colorado and stuff like that, that's not really doxing, that ain't anything. So if you guys want to say that that's doxing, that's completely fine. That's your view on that. But I got it kind of confirmed by an FBI agent that I'm not really doing anything illegal and or wrong in that sense. It's going to be more up to opinion, whether or not you think it's wrong. And then on top of that, Simp wants to give a bunch of other claims in there as if he knew the situation. I just want to confirm Simp had no part to play in her being removed from the server or the reasons why. So all the reasons that we pulled up in that staff report were the reasonings why. And yes, the allegations were part of the reason why she was in trouble as well. The allegations weren't just tacked on to make her seem worse. We heard those allegations while she was a staff member. We tried talking to her. She blew up. If Abby were willing to speak on this, she would be able to say that Vex was admitting to those things, or she tried to hide those things. And when we accused her of it, she got real mad and started swearing and cussing at us. Chambers will say the exact same thing. He's still a mod in my, or still one of the top guys in my Discord server. He will say the exact same thing. He was there for the situation. At this time, we did not have Coda up there. We did not have Simp up there. They had no idea what was going on. So, but Simp claims that he knew, and he knew about the situation. He knew a lot. Just within that first hour of the part 2 video. So I just wanted to bring those up that, you know, just because you hear an ex-staff member such as Simp or anybody else say, hey, I know this, this, and that, they might not know anything at all. They might just speak and say their opinion on the matter, say, oh, I know this happened, when that isn't the case at all. Simp had no part to play in the
If I may put in a counterclaim, I kind of was involved in it, Trevor, because if you remember, the reason why the whole situation at the time was brought up to you, never mind the things before that, but the one in particular that really put her in the spotlight was literally because Magatha was talking to me, and she was telling me about some of the issues she had with Vex, and then we both said, all right, let's go and talk to Trevor about it and see what he thinks, because I showed her 2 screenshots that I had of Vex that were concerning to me at the time. And we brought them to you, we showed them to you, and you said you would look into it. Me and Magatha were both involved, is all I'm saying.
Okay, but you only knew the section with Megatha and stuff like that. Did you know everything else on that staff report that was happening? Were you being
You
reported to all
briefly
the stuff?
summarized it to us in the staff meeting that followed after the server was fixed.
Okay, so you knew after everything's been already done. You didn't know while it was going on. You didn't know anything about the situation. So
No, but
you just heard hearsay after it all happened.
I heard it
And-
from you.
Okay, but your exact words is you can say a lot about the Vex situation because you knew it. That's what you said.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. That's fair enough. I probably should have used different wording, but I do understand where you're coming
All right.
from. But
And
in
the
regards...
only hold on.
Go
The
ahead.
only
No, sorry,
reason
go
why
ahead.
The only reason why I want to bring this up is because you're going to hear a lot of this in Zombie Fox's video. You're going to hear a lot of this coming from ex-staff members who might be salty about not being in the Discord server, that they know a lot, that they've experienced it, that they were involved. 90% of what my staff hears, they hear from me, they hear from Coda, they hear from the higher-ups. They don't hear it because they're involved and they're in VCs and they're in group chats and stuff like that. We don't have these staff interactions where staff's being removed or demoted or even promoted. We don't have that publicly with the entire staff. It's a completely private thing. If Maid wants to speak up on that, she can. She will know. When we have to talk to Maid privately, everybody doesn't know what we talk about with Maid privately. When I have to go talk to Smurfa or Carbon, not everyone knows what I'm talking about them with, you know? So nobody else can really speak up on this situation unless you're going to hear things from one party or the other. And the only two parties involved is Vex and Kyle, and then me and the higher-ups that actually were in calls with them, discussed why they were being removed from the Discord server and what they were doing wrong. And these are the only two parties you can listen to. As far as I know, nobody has ever came to me to ask about the Vex and Kyle situation at all. They've always gone to Vex, they've always gone to Kyle, and they've always gave their side of the story, and nobody's ever came over here and asked me, Chambers, or Abby, hey, is this going on? I don't know if Abby would answer any of it, but
Yeah,
she
with
was
the stuff
directly
going
involved.
on, yeah.
But she would...
Yeah, she was.
She would know. She would know, though, because she's been there. She was there more arguably than Chambers was, but Chambers was there for a lot of it as well. So, I don't want... Anyone who's, like, not us three... they don't know about those interactions with Vex and Kyle. Not to the level that we do. So, like, if they want to say, hey, this, and this happened with Vex and Kyle, that may have happened, but you're also leaving out a huge chunk because you weren't involved with all the other stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I understand that.
So, Simp, going forward, I would just say, if you're going to speak on anything, if you're not the one directly involved, I'd be careful about what you say, because there might be a lot more to it that you might not know, or that you're just not sure of because you weren't there. And that goes for anyone, including... That goes for everyone, including Dino, Slushy, Vex, whoever's involved with the Zombie Fox video. Again, they won't know what's going on, so they can make their claims to whatever about me, that I'm a horrible person, or that the server's like so toxic because of me and the nature that I put it in, or whatever. A lot of these bogus claims. But again, there's a lot more to that story, and nobody's ever came forward.
Just for the record, I don't know about, obviously, as you already know, I can only speak for myself. So, I don't think you're a horrible person. I've never thought that. I just think that obviously, like everyone in the world, you've made some decisions and said some things that are quite different from how they are, And I don't personally think that, that I think you can learn from it. I think you can grow and get past it. I don't want to, like, deplatform or anything like that. I've always said that's a bit too extreme. But I personally believe that I just want to help you see that you need to be a bit more careful, like you've just told me,
Yeah, Simp, but you've been going on this, tangent that you know more information than you know. In the first hour of that part 2, you also claimed that you knew me and that you knew I would not come onto this podcast to explain anything. You said that within the first hour. I have it written down, quoted. So
I'm saying you're wrong. You're right. You proved me wrong.
Okay, so like I said, you're going to claim you know a bunch of information, but anyone who's in charge, whether it's Damien, Ritz, Maid, I don't care who's in charge of this podcast, be wary about who you bring on, because if they are going to get this information wrong, they're more likely going to get information wrong going forward. Now, that might not be the case, and I'm not trying to completely discredit Simp here, but I am trying to say there's a lot of information going out about me, especially from ex-staff members, and it is really, really wrong, and I can prove it. All I gotta do is sit down, watch it, read it. I can look up old logs if I can bring them up, but a lot of that stuff with Vex and Kyle was deleted because Kyle wanted to go by and delete a lot of those chats. With Dino and Slushy, I can bring up proof of whatever you need, why, you know, Dino was treated the way she was, or whatever she's trying to claim. And that can be that. There's another thing I wanted to bring up too, but if you guys want to discuss what we just talked about, we can before I bring this up.
About the logs and all that jazz. I mean, the logs from before that situation, of course, they cannot be pulled up. But like everything after that is still pretty much there if you have like log channels set up for the bots. So that could all be still figured out. But if anything, especially in the last part of the second part from episode 1, Simp actually like put out his concerns. I get that you haven't gotten to that part of the video yet, but he put out his concerns about what was going on in jazz, from the entire situation, because he didn't want you to like get fucked over. He really cared. He really cares. And I get that you haven't watched it yet, but if you wanna like elaborate on that.
Okay, that whole thing is just. I can see where this is going. I'm not saying you're going to go down that path, but I can see where it's going. And the last thing that I want for you is to just end up like Leafy or anything like that, because you are good at what you do. I'll never take that away from you. But you just need to be careful about, like you've said to me, what information gets put out there, because it can come back an equal amount and bite you, you know?
Okay, but I think the big difference is that I've never been afraid about any of this information coming out. I don't care if it comes out. If there's more information that comes out about interactions, let's say just between you and me, Simp, I don't care if the world knows what happened between you and me. The question is are you ready for the world to know what's happened between you and me? And that goes for all the ex-staff members. All the ex-staff members they think that they're dropping bombs about me. Oh, you have no idea. What you guys have typed in my chats are still there. But I'm not going to be the petty person to come out and say, oh, yeah, they want to talk crap about me. Let me flutter my hands and show you all of this. I'm not one to do that. I'd rather sit down and talk to you guys. But again, I've heard a lot of bad things from you guys. You guys have said some nasty things about me. And I know you guys have. People tell me stuff. It gets around to me. I know you guys have said some nasty stuff about me. And all I got to say is why? I mean, can't we just not talk to each other and be fine and be okay in our lives? Do we have to keep saying all this? But if they want to come out with screenshots and DMs about me, and you want to claim you know me and talk about these situations and say whether I'm in the right or the wrong in this, you can continue to do that all you want. All I'm saying is that you got to be careful about what you say, and I'm always careful about what I say. But again, at the same time, there's nothing in my Discord that I'm afraid about getting out. I don't care what gets out from my Discord because there's nothing to hide there. People are trying to insinuate that like that there's something to hide there and that the staff knows some higher knowledge. It's not really that. It's you're going to find a couple arguments between staff. Maybe you're going to find a bit of conflict of issues, a conflict of interests between staff. You're going to find a couple nights where I'm drunk and I'm typing in a chat. Does everyone want to see that when I type when I'm drunk? You know. You're gonna
Mazer exercise enough.
You're gonna find a couple baby photos in there. You're gonna find some family and personal photos I shared with staff because my staff has grown to be more friends than anything else. You're gonna find a lot of personal information about other staff members. So if the world wants to see this, by all means, see it. But you're just getting into people's personal lives at that point. It's a personal chat between us, and there's nothing malicious happening. And any of my current staff team will tell you that. There's nothing out there. Even with the old staff, there's nothing there. It's just that there are things in there that will make certain people look bad. We talk differently. We treat each other differently. We conduct ourselves a little bit differently in the chat. We're more open about our problems and stuff like that. We do those things, and we do talk like that. We have a break room VC where we just sit down and chill. We'll talk about the things going on in our lives. I just talked about a couple nights ago. I think Maid was there. I was a bit drunk. I was talking. I was saying stuff that I wouldn't.
You did some stuff too.
Yeah, and I did some stuff that with my car that I shouldn't be doing and stuff like that, and yada yada.
Don't you
I'm
wreck that
talking
car,
about
Trevor? I swear to God, I'm
you know
gonna marry you.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, like there's some stuff in there that's just like more personal, but it's nothing bad. It's just stuff I talk about with my friends. You know, we have a big laugh about it, and that's all there is. So like, if you want to keep looking deep into the Zombie Fox video, by all means, do it. No problem. But if it gets to the point where so many people are doing it, I'll just do my best to debunk the entire thing and why it's, and I think actually, Ritz, you said something. You said in the episode 2 podcast, Ritz says this could just be blown out of proportion. He says that exactly. That's exactly what it is. This is going to be end up being blown out of proportion if it isn't already, because there's nothing bad happening. What did I do? I flirted with a couple staff members.
Yeah, but you staff members, I get that, and the way you put it out there before even the entire Louis situation was out, you said you never flirted with your staff members.
I never said I didn't flirt with my staff members. What I said specifically is I don't flirt with fans in my Discord server.
I mean, aren't your staff still considered to be fans because they came through your content?
Yeah.
At the time, the ones that I have, like, that you saw in those DMs and stuff like that, at the time that they came in, I was a lot smaller of channel, so if they were watching my channel, they probably stumbled across 1 or 2 videos and then jumped in my Discord. I've never seen any of my staff besides one of them say that they've watched more than like 5 of my videos. Now, I could be wrong about that, but before they became staff, they've watched less than 5 of my videos. They joined my Discord server to hang out, not because they're a huge TJV fan, because of that. Now, I'm not trying to excuse what's a fan and what's not, but by the time these flirting stuff was happening, they've been staff for several months, probably more than close to, if not more than 6 months. And the whole fan relationship has kind of died off because I've spent every single day talking to them. So if you want to make that comparison that, it's just like where somebody contacts a fan and says, hey, send me a nude, 1 week after talking in DMs, it's not that,
No,
which
and
I never, by the way,
I'm not
asked
saying
for
it
that.
is, because I looked through the dates from, for example, the Vex thing, but that went over like 3 months, so I don't know what happened before that. Those aren't out.
So like
So-
Vex never knew any of my content, by the way. She never heard of TJV when she joined the Discord. Abby brought her on from another Discord, and she's actually from Iowa here.
Okay.
And she was planning on coming back, I think this last summer or something. She was talking about coming back to visit or something like that. So there was flirtation, like a little bit of flirting here and there with her, but like that's with everybody. Everybody had that sort of flirting thing with Vex as well. So what you saw between me and her in DMs, you would see pretty much between everybody else as well. But that's just who Vex is. She was a really flirty person and all.
And I mean,
and then
obviously we wouldn't know that because those aren't out. So that's
yeah.
for
I mean,
you to hear that.
you don't have that side of the story, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like I could easily tell you, being like, oh yeah, did Vex flirt with everyone like this? And I'm like, oh yeah. I know it got a lot worse between other people. Like, I don't mind speaking on this, but Tricky, I heard Tricky and Vex. This is just what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but I heard there was a lot more going on between them. So, like, a lot more than just flirty messages. So,
A little of the you know what I mean?
let's just say they would have to video chat for these things to happen.
That's probably the best way to put it, honestly.
Yeah,
without
just-
saying anything.
Yeah.
If we weren't streaming this on YouTube or anything, just insert, careless whisper here.
Why you gotta bring that up?
Why? Why, Dark? Oh,
You really expect me not to?
dude. At this point, I'm not surprised by all the shit you said. Honestly,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
Sunny Side
You
says
are
it.
Playing GTA, brother. I swear
This
to
is
God, I
just
don't know
a
what the
usual
fuck's
thing
going
that he knows.
And a lot of people are getting this from the Zombie Fox video. Zombie Fox claims in his video, he goes, I don't know whether or not to believe these people talking about Vex, Dino, Slushy, but he goes, from everything else I've seen from TJV, I'm definitely not going to believe him, so let's jump into this stuff. So he doesn't say whether or not, like, oh, I'm going to believe them because of this, and this reason. He doesn't bring up any credibility on why they would have any credibility to say the things that they are saying or provide the things that they're saying. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys were just looking at the screenshots or actually listening to Zombie Fox's audio.
We listened through a lot of the audio parts as well, but also skipped kind of ahead because it is 50 minutes.
Wait,
Yes, it is.
I might have heard this wrong, and I'll probably need to rewatch it to make sure. but in one of your streams, Trevor, didn't you say something along the lines of, again, correct me if I'm wrong, fuck credibility?
Yeah, but that was referring to something very specific, and I know what you're talking about is because I think that. I mean, hey, if you want to sit here and say I said fuck credibility, I'll say, hey, yeah, I'm wrong. I shouldn't have said fuck credibility, but I think I was talking about.
I'm just saying, it's fine.
I mean,
It's just
do you want to go pull something where I said, hey, EDP 445 is the hottest man alive? I probably said that in a stream somewhere, but does that mean it's true?
Dude,
I'm not saying
Trevor, let's be honest.
Hold on.
I mean, I could provide something very out of context to make me go to jail right now.
Let me explain. I'm not doing this as sort of a gotcha thing. I'm just reminding you.
I know. But all I'm saying, and I hope you're not scuffing this off like I'm just trying to excuse it. I think I was talking about a very specific situation where I think the credibility didn't play as much of a part into there, so that's when I said fuck credibility. If I think at one point during a stream somebody sat here and goes, oh, your credibility's going down if you keep talking about this, I might have sat here and then said fuck credibility. I don't care about credibility right now when I'm talking about this stuff, and that's probably what I was talking about. But what I think, I don't know who pulled that clip. I think it was Velocity HD who pulled that clip.
Yeah, it was Velocity.
Yeah, it was Velocity.
Okay, so Velocity said, oh, he said fuck credibility. He meant that as his entire channel and everything that he talks about. But if you go back and look at the live stream, I only say that in that live stream, and then every other live stream where I talk about credibility, I'm saying it's a very serious thing. Credibility is a very serious thing. Yeah. But he doesn't want to pull up those clips where I talk about credibility as a serious thing. He just wants to pull that one thing where I say fuck credibility. So yeah, have I said a lot of things that out of context it would sound bad? Of course. But is that going to stop me from doing it again? Fuck no, dude. I'll say whatever the fuck I want to say, and out of context, if it seems bad, so what? I'm here to give the best fucking... and it's always more... It's like those police videos where people crop those police videos too bad, and then you go see the body cam footage, and you're like, oh, this person is fucked
like
up.
that one article where it's like, oh my god, this police officer saved this child, but in reality, it's like they took the child from like the parents and that kind of shit.
Right.
Like,
yeah. So, like, again, context, that's why I won't fix it. That's why, like, hey, yes, I will always say stuff that people can pull out of context. And I don't care, because once you see the context, you're like, oh, TJV's all... And by the way, it maybe shaves off a little bit of my audience, but those are the audience members I don't care about. If you're going to get shaved off by, like, something clearly out of context... You're not meant for my channel in the first
you need
place.
to actually analyze what you're saying, like, before you pass a judgment.
You need to be able to form your own opinion and not just blindly follow me. And if you blindly follow me, you're gonna get disappointed. If you sit here and form your own opinions and you go with me through this journey of talking about the mini lad situation or the Vanos crew situation or whatever, you will enjoy your time better, and you will sit here and see that I make mistakes. There's problems I make sometimes, and that is what it is.
Yeah.
well, Jared, sorry to upset you, but like most of your fan base, they kind of
stand
take everything you say,
and
like paste it as fact.
Yep.
But as I said,
like most of them do. I'm not saying all of his fans. Most of it's like,
oh
my god.
As I said, as I said in the last thing,
this is very similar to like the Jesus argument. This is very similar to the Jesus argument. So I don't know if you've ever
heard. Pause that for a second, because I noticed my OBS just shut itself again.
Oh my god!
Not again!
Oh, all fucking ready.
It just disconnected for a second, and now it's back to normal speed. But I'm gonna
I was about to say because I'm keeping an eye on the stream right now on my phone.
Trevor, real quick, right? I was about to say that because I think I said it on one of these podcasts actually, that like you can't expect him to control like 85 something like 1,000 people. You can't expect that. True. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've brought up some things, but I am defending you in some instances.
I mean, just even narrow that number down to 100. If 100 people watch my video and want to go do something stupid, can I control 100 fucking people? No, I got too much shit going on in my life. I can't. I have about 20 staff members. I can barely fucking like read what they say on my Discord on a daily basis. How the fuck am I supposed to sit here and worry about what an audience member of mine is saying? Now, again, if it's brought to my attention, I will give that priority and I will handle that. Yeah. But most of the people don't want to bring it to my attention. They just want to make a video or make a statement on Twitter or whatever, or they want to just shit on me about it before bringing it to my attention. And that's what 90% of all of this is. Like, if all these ex-staff members just brought the shit to my attention instead of telling Zombie Fox with the intention to make a video make me look bad, because he's a huge fan of Crow's Judgment. He has been for whatever reason, and I don't think Zombie Fox knows that I'm kind of cool with Crows. Like, I'm not like in a big beef with him, but
you're like a love-hate relationship with him.
Yeah, it's like not that bad. Like, I feel like his Zombie Fox's video was simply made because it has to be because of something, because he was cool with me the last I knew, and then this big video, the TJV files, came out, and I was like, what the fuck? I mean, like, I thought we were cool, man. Okay, I guess we're not.
You can understand it from my position, though. I mean, I'm not going to bring up too much. I'm just going to say the last conversation we had was unfortunately not the best one. So I personally believe that we were done. So I didn't want to ruffle any feathers. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, hey, even if we have a bad interactions, you know, and stuff like that or whatever, if you just leave it and you're not contributing, you know, more fuel to the fire, over time that fire is going to die out. So, like, I don't care about whatever happened before. What I care about is what you're saying now, and that's kind of why I brought up the notes that I brought up. Yeah. And that's only me watching the first hour. I'm gonna watch the next 3 hours of that part, of that second part, and if I find more information, I might, you know, be like, hey, I might want to bring this up to Simp and be like, hey, why'd you say this, and that?
And you're full within your right to do that, because the sooner that we can get this sorted out, the better that we can probably talk less like, what's the word, foes, and more so like some sort of friends. That's what I aim for.
I mean, hey, I'm not looking for either one, and I haven't done either one. I'm not looking to be best friends or even friends for that matter. Like, I, as far as I know, like, you were somebody of my past, and I'm not looking to have any sort of future where we're working together at all. All I'm looking for is to clear whatever I need to, and this podcast was a good median between us, where you're on it, and I heard in the part 2 that I'm welcome to come on, so I reached out to Mate, and I was like, hey, yeah, I'm 100% interested in hopping on and, you know, clearing the air properly, like Mini Lad should have. You know, I'm just gonna have to clear the air here. But,
yeah.
Like that has ever to be clean.
Oh shit!
Rich, you okay?
Almost fell back.
Dumbass.
Sounds like a personal problem.
By the way, I still had I still had one comment from that EDP stuff. I bet you love these cupcakes.
Oh, God damn it! God damn it!
Funny? You know what's funny? The day that the Catch a Predator whatever video came out of him.
Oh, the Predator Poacher.
Yeah, the Predator Poachers. Okay, so like that video that day it came out, I got it sent to me by. I'm talking commentary channels, like, reached out to me on Twitter and was fucking telling me about it. Like, you need to watch this. And, like, they weren't telling me to make a video. They were just telling me to watch it. That day, there was cupcakes upstairs, and my mom was like, hey, feel free to go grab some cupcakes. And when I was done watching the videos, I walked upstairs. My mom goes, there's one cupcake left for you. And I'm like, I'm good.
Oh, no.
Not for me.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh no!
Oh, that's the funniest shit.
Oh no!
Like you.
Oh, and I don't mean to cut off the mood. Do you want me to share your stream at all on my Discord and stuff like that?
If
Have
you
a little bit more
want,
viewership?
if you want
to, go ahead. You know?
Because
I'm not responsible for what my viewers will do, but I will put.
No,
it
but
on
it's
Discord.
fine. Hey,
if
First
anything,
official episode, we just got dislike bombed for like no reason.
I have no idea where the dislike bomb came from. I saw that. I heard you guys talking about
Well,
that.
we
I was
always
like,
get dislikes anyway, so.
I was like, dude, what the fuck?
I mean, if anything, but like make sure that we're like trying to make certainty of certain situations here, and like give your side of the story as well. Because I think, if anything, I think those viewers that are being like coming here to dislike the video are like viewers that are still stuck up on the rich situation.
Yeah, that's what we first thought at first. It's like when with the first podcast we did, and it was like our dislike, we had a good like to dislike ratio, and then all of a sudden it went immediate dislikes in the 20s for no reason. We were like, what the fuck?
And it looks like it was one person, because a lot of dislike disappeared as well, because YouTube has been fucking up lately. even views has been disappearing from the previous podcasts, if anything.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
By the way, Damien, the video still says episode 2 on the thumbnail.
Except
Great job, Damien. You fucked up.
When I looked just now, it said that it was right.
Thinking about it though, Trevor, I think
Sometimes
you
YouTube
do.
can be weird like that.
I think you do
Let's
have
not
a
let
point
the
with
blind
that.
man set up streams from now
I think
on.
we're better off, like, you know.
Why doesn't matter anyway?
Here, I will share this right now
It
so
really
you guys can
is.
see.
Damien,
I think we are better off kind of going our separate ways on this because you have your platform. I'm over here with these guys. You know, I'm doing my thing on a podcast with them. I think it's kind of come full circle at this point.
It says it correctly here.
Well, every time I post a link, it says episode 2.
I mean, it might be the link
that's
that's
weird.
fucked. It might be the link that's fucked.
Says,
Yeah, great job. Great job,
grab the-
Damien.
It can also be a Discord thing.
Episode
even
3
though the
for me.
announcement is
Cleanly.
episode 2.
High vandalism.
Well, yeah, no, well, it's all came full circle now at this point.
Holy shit.
What?
Hey, from now on, can we please not have the blind man set up our streams?
Well, fuck you, mate.
if
Blind man's
Yikes were to show up in this fucking
driving
stream,
in
Yikes,
GTA.
I want you to know, Yoshi's now mine.
Queen Lee, hello, Fandle, hello.
Yoshi's now mine.
I mean, we definitely should not let the blind man be driving whenever we play GTA. That's for damn certain.
Oh, a little bit of
Look at the
context.
fingers
Trevor,
am
I holding up?
yeah, hold on. A little bit of context. Damien is
I
legally
am
blind.
legally blind, so
So we make fun of him all the time. We call him a blind fuck.
Oh, that's what his Steam is.
if any,
Yeah, that's
what
literally
my
his
Steam
name on Steam is.
That's true.
Just blind fuck.
His name on Steam is literally blind fuck.
If anything, I don't care if people make fun of my fucking blindness. I don't care at all.
Great.
I mean, I've told everyone this. I'm done with the drama, so I'm going to try and focus now on the podcast, and like I'm not going to let it bog me down anymore because I've done it for.
He's not.
It's been eating me alive for too long, and I'm moving on from it now.
Don't you have to talk about the drama though? Because that's the purpose of the podcast.
No,
you're talking
so-
about
Well,
situations.
We just talk about random stuff.
in this,
Gigantic with me.
It's literally just random
You know
bullshit.
what I mean?
yeah. I mean,
Like,
especially,
random
for
bullshit.
example, official second episode was like us mainly playing GTA races instead of anything else. We were talking about some stuff right here and there, but it was mainly just focused on racing.
The half of it was like
Yeah,
as
we
quiet,
just
just
like
focusing
to
on
Yeah.
racing.
have fun.
It really
Damien is
was.
not blind. He's smart.
Even though it was in a
What?
couple voices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right, CE. He's not blind. He's visually impaired.
And visually impaired.
No, he's blind. He's a blind
He's
fuck.
mentally impaired as well
Yeah,
in some
with these-
instances.
like
With these podcasts,
Wow,
we're
fuck
just-
you, Sim.
Hold on. With these podcasts, we're like serious like 25% of the time, and the other 75% we're just fucking around. Like that's why the other like part of the podcast, like the part 2 of the podcast, was 4 hours long because we were just fucking around most of the time.
Yeah,
keep
Yeah,
stopping every
but-
5
everybody kept getting
seconds.
sidetracked and shit.
we kept being
Like,
sidetracked
God
all
damn
that
it, people.
jazz. But
Oh
yeah.
fuck! This is why This is why we're not considered a good podcast. What fucking up?
Getting sidetracked, like, hey guys, let's talk about this now.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
get
and
sidetracked.
pretty much
Yeah,
everybody-
we've
like,
already
this whole
fucking
entire-
done it again already.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, this
happening
whole-
already.
That's it.
This whole entire cast is like very ADHD when it comes to that shit.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Trevor looking like Emperor Palpatine over here. He's like, I don't know what the fuck to say, bro. But I just.
What did you do
I'll
to
just
your
look like
finger?
Palpatine.
Respecting it.
I was
Thanks for
out
supporting
cruising
that.
around last night, and then we stopped at this gas station, and I parked next to this cop because I wanted a photo of this cop car and my Corvette next to each
Oh,
other.
clickbaiting.
So when I got out, when I got out of my car to go take the picture, I went to go slam the door shut, but my hand must have been like where the door closes, and my finger. Hold on. Just keep in mind, this isn't a
Idiot.
normal door. This is a Corvette long 2-door car.
Oh my
So
God.
this door is heavy as fuck, and I slammed that bitch hard, and my entire finger is like twice the
Okay.
size of my other pointer finger, and it's
Yeah,
bad, like-
did you get Did he get it checked out?
No, I didn't. I just wrapped it up.
You
I actually
need to get it checked out.
I I went into Quick Start, and the cops were in the Quick Start, and they had like their coffee and everything. And this was like 3 a.m. And I went in there, and I was like, "Hey, do you guys have any Band-Aids?" And I showed them my finger. My finger was covered in blood. Like it looks like my finger just got bitten off. And I asked, "Do you guys have a Band-Aid?" And they're like, "Usually we carry them in our car, but we don't." And I'm like, "You're a cop and you don't have Band-Aids in your car? What the fuck?"
Don't
So I went
have
up
a first aid kit.
Yeah, they don't have anything. So like I went up to the guy at the counter. I was like, "Hey, do you guys got Band-Aids?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, they're right over here." And he shows me to where I can buy Band-Aids, and my finger is bleeding in the store like rapidly, like it's starting to squirt a little bit. That's how deep the cut is. It was starting to squirt a little bit. And I was like, okay, I really need to fucking like. Okay, I was like, okay, fine, yes. And I'm like, can you take them up to the counter for me? And he goes, yeah, sure. Took it out to the counter. I'm reaching into my pocket like to grab cash, and I just throw whatever I had in my pocket. There's $100 bill, and he goes, sorry, we can't take the $100 bill. And I was like,
are you serious?
My finger is bleeding. And then he gave me a napkin. He goes, here, cover that up so you're not dripping onto my counter. And I was like, damn,
you might as well have wrapped the fucking finger in the dollar at that fucking point.
Right.
Pretty $100 bill.
I ended up buying the Band-Aid, and I asked him like, hey, will you help me like get the put the Band-Aid on my finger, because like I can't do anything with this hand. It's in so much fucking pain right now. He said no. Didn't want to ask the cops, so I walked out. The cop sat here and goes, "Hey, we'll be out there to talk with you in a second. Don't leave yet." And I was like, "Oh gosh." I went out. I was cruising with my buddy. My buddy helped me wrap it, and I got it up in a Band-Aid. My buddy said you should let it air out and ice it. Don't wrap it up. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna wrap this bitch up. It's bleeding bad. So I wrapped it up very loosely,
and then ice it.
Yeah, so I wrapped it up very loosely, and then the cop came out, and he just wanted to talk about my car. Like, I wasn't in trouble or anything. He just like, oh, is your finger good, by the way? And I'm like, yeah, I just slammed it in my car door, like, as hard as I could. And he goes, intentionally? And I'm like, yeah, totally.
No.
Yeah, that's my goal.
I wanted to have a fucking finger like E.T.
Like, I don't think this goes against YouTube policy, but I can show you what it looks like under here.
I would.
It's all good, Trevor. It's all
I'll
good.
show you my knuckles.
No,
Wait a minute, Ritz, what the fuck did you do?
He slapped the fucking rearview mirror.
Yeah, I ended up hitting the rearview mirror by accident. I wasn't even meaning to. And I ended up having 2 fucking gashes on my in the middle of my fucking knuckles.
I mean, it's not bad. It doesn't look super bad, but like it's kind of interesting to look at.
I really don't want to.
Nope, we don't need to. We don't need to.
Is this what you're doing now with yourself, Trevor? Anytime you hurt yourself, you just, ooh, that's interesting.
Ooh, this is a good story.
It's kind of interesting to look at. Like, I'm not really fazed by the whole blood. Like, I wasn't sick or anything like that. I was like, oh, it's just interesting.
Look at how big my fingers get.
Yeah, like I'm big. It's so big.
He's big finger.
Big chungus.
God damn it, Ritz.
The big chungus. That's a long time since I've seen that one.
Oh my god.
Seeing what? What are you insinuating?
No, big chungus.
Wait a minute.
He said big chungus. He's like, man, it's been a while since I've seen that.
Oh, I thought he said, alright.
No, what the
Sim,
fuck are you implying,
what did you think he was gonna say?
Sim, what the fuck are you implying?
Look, man, I'm sitting here, I'm tired, alright? What do you want me to do?
Dude, I woke up I woke up less than an hour ago, so don't.
Oh yeah, see, I'm complaining about these two hurting themselves, lads. Yesterday, I was talking to Maid and all that, and I walloped my head off a fucking radiator.
It was great. He was on his phone, and he just, like, we hear a thump, and he's like, ah, and he starts swearing for no reason.
Yeah, I made it fucking worse, and then out of anger, I fucking hit the damn thing, and that didn't help at all.
It's great.
Jesus.
Play Apex.
Yeah, I see that.
No,
They're having
but-
just a general conversation in chat now.
Yeah, it's just a genuine conversation in chat. Just like, hey, you want to play Apex?
Who's asking if they want to play Apex?
Cynical fandom.
I haven't even.
Hey, Cynical, if you're in the server after this podcast is over, or probably tomorrow, I don't know when this is gonna end, but fucking bet.
Dude,
I don't know when this is gonna
Cynical's
end.
in the bot. Cynical's in the server.
Yeah,
I know
Cynical's
he
in the
is.
server.
That's
He
why I
joined,
said.
like,
That's why I
after-
said because he's in the server.
Yeah,
yeah.
he joined
But,
after, like, part 2.
We got really fucking sidetracked right now.
We really
What were we talking about before?
Well,
Trevor,
some
this
points
is
that we made, like
24/7, mind you. This is 24/7 for
all of
pretty
us.
much.
Yeah. So
yeah.
This is fucking 24/7.
Ultimate crack house.
Oh,
it's just
I know
a
what
usual
we can ask.
conversation.
because we've asked about the mini thing, and then he's talked about Zombie's video. I've got the next good question. Trevor, what do you think of the Velocity video, or have you gotten around to looking at it yet?
So, are you talking about the new one that just came out?
Yeah.
Well, both of them. I mean, it's up to you, man.
So, like, the first one, I think the first one, and even the second one, I mean, they're kind of similar. They talk about the same thing. They talk about, like, I'm a hypocrite, and me talking about the Louis situation, with little splatters of here and there of other stuff, like me bringing up my relationship with Hallie and stuff like that. All I gotta say is, like, when the first one came out, I actually quite liked the video, contrary to popular belief. I wasn't super pissed about it. I actually quite liked the video, and I was like, hey, can I reach out to this guy? 'Cause, like, maybe I can give some information, and then maybe a second video he can include quotes from me and then use it against me. Like, that would be kind of cool, right? And he used to play with the Van Oscar. Like, fuck yeah. The fact that I'm getting the attention from someone who used to play with the Van Oscar, fuck yeah, I don't care. And then, like, I just remember, like, I didn't mention his video or anything. And there was just people who were finding it and disliking it so hard. And, like, people started, like, quoting in my comments saying, like, oh, you sat here and tried sending people to go dislike the video. And I'm like, I never fucking did that. I mean, like, he'll get the dislikes that he gets, likes to dislikes. I will get the likes to dislikes I get. I mean, if I get a bunch of dislikes, I'm not going to try to throw excuses for it or anything. If it's a bad video, people will dislike it. And it is what it is. I have a lot of problems if he's trying to, you know, be more of a commentary YouTuber and talk, you know, about these subjects and talk about me specifically. I do think he needs to get more information before he covers these things, because a lot of this stuff is just taken from one side in a viewpoint, and I'm always open to talk, no matter who it is. You know, Keemstar could reach out to me. I might not like Keemstar, but I will definitely talk to the guy if he wants to have information so he can make a video to discuss me or something about me. And the same thing goes for Velocity, Crow, Zombie Fox, even you guys, Ritz, anybody can reach out to me and talk to me, and get any information you want out of me, or any information that I will give out. And the fact that Velocity isn't willing to do that, and I've tried, like, he's hopped in my stream and I've told him straight up, like, hey, add me on Twitter, add me on Instagram, you know, add me on Discord if you have Discord. He's refused every single time. Every time he has. So the fact that he's so shunned to see the other side or to hear out the other side, it kind of speaks on itself. I don't really have to give it an opinion. I can just tell you he refuses to get my side of anything. So if he chooses to do that and refuse to get my side, my opinion on those types of videos, same thing with Zombie Fox, where he did not reach out to get my side of the story, it's about half of the story, so I can't come to a full conclusion on if TJV's bad. And that's me just speaking. This TJV that they're talking about, I don't know if he's bad or not, because they only have a set of screenshots and they're coming to conclusions on those screenshots without getting the other side or looking deeper into any of it. So that's just my opinion on the matter. Now, one thing I will say about Velocity is that his first video, when he did the whole thing about Hallie, that's, you know, that a little bit got to me a little bit. I was like, wow, people are really upset about me dating Hallie for some reason, and they just they won't get it past them. Then I talked about the mini lad thing a while ago, and now I'm having a relationship with her when she's my age. Me and her dating is a lot more appropriate than her and mini lad dating, and she's not a fan of mine like she was a fan of Minis. She just, you know, was somebody I covered, and she saw my videos because I was talking about her, you know? Not everyone who watches my video has to be a fan. Do you think Keemstar's a fan of my shit? No, but he's seen my shit.
I think he watches your stuff. I think he only watches, like...
Do you think Olmrecker's a fan of mine? No.
Hell
Does he
no.
watch my shit? Yes, he has. No. So, my point that I'm trying to get across is that, yeah, Hallie's watched my stuff, but that doesn't dictate whether or not that's a fan of my content or not. And people just found it so weird. They're like, wow, you and Hallie, she's a victim. How could you date a victim? I'm like, I'm sorry, these victims not allowed to have relationships after that shit's happened.
I mean, like, if anything, the only thing that people can really say anything about you dating Hallie, and that's mainly what I'm thinking as well. You dated her while she was still in that scenario, which could fuck up your credibility, because you could
But I wasn't talking about that mini lad stuff.
No. But if you cover mini lad later on again, it could be as if she said to, like, say this stuff about her, so you only taking one side of the story instead of listening to both things. That's the only thing that could really be used against you.
Yeah, and I think it's possible, and that you said it right. Like, it could be used against me.
Yeah.
But should it? Is the question. So like, if I came out and I was still very, if I was still very neutral and like unbiased, and like I sat here and I just spoke about what Minilad was doing, and I was still dating Hallie, like, should I be attacked for that or not? And I think no. Like, just because you have a connection doesn't mean you can't talk. Doesn't mean you can't have a voice in all of that.
And that,
so like.
That is true.
But yes, you're right. You're right. A lot of people could use that against me. So like, it's kind of best that the relationship didn't work out, because now she doesn't have to deal with any of that, and I don't have to deal with any of that. No one's gonna bring up that argument saying, "Oh, you're dating Hallie."
Yeah, that's
me
true.
talking about Minilad's return. It's kind of best that things didn't work out, and I found a great relationship after her anyway. So I'm doing fine, and I know she's doing fine too. Me and her are still good friends. So.
In regards to when we were talking about velocity, so would you say like he's kind of being, what's the fucking stupid word? Hold on. He's kind of that's it. He's kind of being a bit biased of the whole situation. The fact that he's not like going to every single corner trying to get all this facts.
So I did a little bit of digging on Velocity and stuff like that, and I found that he's gone to like movies with Louis Caliber. He's known Louis in person and stuff like that. So he did not he did not. Yeah, he has. He's known him in person. He's gone to movies with him. It's posted on like his Instagram or Twitter or something. I've seen it before. And so the fact that he knows Louis personally and he's a friend, I'm not going to jump to say, oh, he's biased because he's friends, because no, I just brought up the argument. If I was dating Hallie, I feel like I could still cover it. I just can't be biased because I'm dating her. I can't say certain, like, I can't do that, you know. But I'm not saying Velocity is that way, but he never made a video about me, and there's plenty. Oh, you good?
What the fuck was that, Ritz?
What happened?
What happened?
What was that?
Wait, what?
Yo,
wait a second.
Ritz?
What
Is
the
he being
fuck was that?
Ass, bro. He's gonna
he's
go beat some ass.
He's about to beat the shit out of a ghost. What the fuck was that?
What? I don't know what happened. I wasn't looking at the fucking camera. What happened?
Yeah, I'm watching the section of the stream.
Ritz literally turned around to that ghost like, I told you not to come out when I'm doing podcast.
But yeah, the point that I'm just trying to get at is that I feel like
that was the wife.
That's his wife.
I just feel like with the whole situation with Velocity, that he's never popped up to make a video about me prior to me talking about Louis. But when I did talk about Louis and I did the stream with Crow, that's when he decided to make a video about me, which coincidentally, just when I started talking about Louis, you know, when I started getting bigger and I started talking about Louis, that's when he decided to make his video instead of making a video on anything else. Like, there's a real argument to be made against me that, hey, you made too many videos about Minilad and you criticized him about these very, very little things, and that's not good for a commentary channel. I did nitpick a lot, and nobody's bringing up that argument. To this day, nobody is. Like, Zombie Fox could, Crow could, Velocity could, one of my ex-staff members could, and you would have a good argument, and you would be right in that case to make that argument. But Velocity has not, and he's willing to go back and look at all these live streams, but he's not willing to bring up any of my nitpicking I made towards Minilad. Like, but he wants to bring up the Louis thing probably because he's gone to a movie with Louis and he's good with Louis, and he doesn't, want his buddy just because I have a bad opinion about Louis, and that's all it is a bad opinion. I think Louis. I don't think Louis is a necessarily good person towards women, in my opinion. But I'm not gonna flutter it and throw it all over my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
like other people have done, and believe random exes of his or whatever, like Prismate Luke did. I'm not looking to jump into that whole scene, but I will.
Yeah, can I actually say some things about? Oh, sorry, go on.
But I will look into it. I'm not saying like I'm going to stay out of it to avoid trouble. I will look into it. It's just that, when I was planning on making, I was going to have like a full 6-part series about Louis Caliber and why some cases he's right, some cases he's wrong. And it's all based off my opinion. So if you have a different opinion, just comment what you believe is right and wrong that he's done. And it would just open the debate, open the discussion, and it would be pretty open. It wouldn't be very closed into my arguments. But before I could do any of that, Velocity made a video. Crow made a live stream talking about me. I went on to Crow's, like, Havoc kind of went out at that point. So
that was not fun.
That's another thing I wanted to ask about, actually, because when I see in this, not your video in particular now, mind you, but I see in this Google Doc, And I just wanted to ask you about it, seeing as you have gone through most of it. And what is your general position or take on the Google Doc?
So, I'll bring up an interesting point, because if I'm being completely honest, I haven't researched every aspect of that Google Doc. I've researched the parts that I've covered in a video, which I've only gotten through part 1 before I could ever get through another part. I did make a part 2 Louis Doc, but that was more responding to people who were saying things about my first video, so I never got into the other parts. I did look through it all though, briefly, and then I was gonna do some more research, look up, try to bring something new to the table. This is my whole idea. People think that you have to take the entire doc the way it is, and you can't dissect it in parts. But the way that doc is set up is that you can read each individual story from each victim, and then try to look at the evidence, some quotes around some of that evidence in that doc, and you can digest and have an opinion on one section of the Google Doc. A lot of people want to sit here as an argument and say, no, either the entire doc's real or the entire doc's false. That's not the case, because the first part of the doc, which I've shown, is that was Louis' Snapchat. He was saying inappropriate things over Snap to this girl, and, whether or not people believe this girl's underage or not, which, if you provide 3 IDs and throw it up there, the chances of that being false and possibly doxing somebody else who would have been a minor at that time, it doesn't seem likely for that to happen. So I believe it to be true.
Fair, it doesn't seem likely, but it's still a possibility.
Yeah, it's still a possibility, and I brought that up multiple times. I just came to a conclusion. To me, it seems like Louis did these things, and it's kind of disgusting that he did. But don't get me wrong. If he ended up not doing it, I'm fully fully prepared to retract my statements and give a personal apology on the internet and look like a fool. I don't have a problem with that. But the reason why none of this is fully came out and none of those victims are, backing down and Louis not backing down, is because it's still going to go on. It's going to go on. There's going to be more information as time comes out about that. So my opinion about the doc is, the first part, I have an opinion on. The rest of the doc, I have yet to look through it. I did hear a lot of bad things about the people who made the docs, and I've seen them do bad things. So if you're talking about who made the doc, I don't typically agree with them, even though I think some of them followed me on Twitter right after I made my first part, and they kind of they were like, yes, TJV did it. He's on our side. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I just gave my opinion on the first part. Calm the fuck down. And that's kind of what happened. Everyone jumped to conclusion, was like, TJV's Prismate Luke. And I was like, bro, I looked at the first. If the first part I didn't agree with, people would have been like, oh, he's on Crow's side. He's on Louis' side. But if I looked at the second part and then said, hey, this kind of has some truth to it, then people would go back and forth. And they say, oh, you're going back and forth from defending him. I'm like, no, each
it would be
story in that Google Doc is different.
Yeah.
And
like in one way they'd be like, oh my god, you're defending a pedo and that kind of stuff, and then the other side it's like, oh my god, why are you not defending him? He's obviously innocent, and that kind of shit.
If anything, about the pedo thing, I got called fucking technically a pedo by doing the rounds. Just because I was pointing out some facts about the entire about the entire HTO thing, with it being entrapment in Berlin's case.
Yeah.
And doing the round said, if you get off on technicalities, then that shows a lot about you, my man. For this, I won't be responding to you. And that was back when I was really active on the drama as well. On Twitter.
Yeah, I just think people are like throwing that word around a lot with like not being aware of the impacts it will leave.
Of course, because like if you call someone out like that on YouTube anyway, it's like a guaranteed 100,000, 500 views.
Yeah.
At that point,
are just gonna blindly follow it, especially if it's like a woman coming out and saying, "Oh, this person's this, like this person did this to me." People are gonna blindly follow it without really thinking of like, "Oh, well, what evidence do they have?" And that kind of thing.
Yeah,
and I do want to bring that up too. Is that a lot of people thought that for the longest time, especially with the Louis stuff, but I've heard it with. When I covered the Ohm stuff, the Vanos crew, the EDP 445, the Mini Lad, whatever it is, even Keemstar, people thought like, oh, you're just doing it for views. Now, guys, let's be real. Yes, I'm doing it for the fucking views. I'm not doing this to get 10 views on YouTube. I'm doing it to get as many views as I can. Yes, I am. But at the same time, if I jump into a situation, that goes on more my end. What do I feel? What's my plan with it? And my plan is I usually want to finish when I started. So like I never got to finish the entire Google Doc. My plan is to still finish it someday. But is it appropriate for me to just randomly upload a video this week about it? I don't know. I think that might cause more drama than not, and I think that might have a lot of commentary channels jump onto it. So maybe the best thing to do is wait. Maybe there'll be new information that comes out next year, and I could jump into my part 3 video and part 4 and part 5, and maybe I'll finish it then. So, I mean, I don't have a time frame. I mean, as far as I know, I'm 21 years old. I'm doing YouTube for the rest of my life as long as it's giving me money. I'll find other shit to talk about. If I have to talk about it 10 years from now, I'll talk about it from 10 years from now. I don't care. So, like,
Yeah.
People just have this idea that, if you're doing it for the views, if you're doing it for the money, you're a bad person. That's not the case. I do it for the views. I do it for the money. YouTube is my only job. YouTube is paying my bills. YouTube did pay for my Corvette. YouTube did pay for some of my Yoshi shit in the background. YouTube is paying for my life right now. Yes, I do shit for views. Yes, I do shit for money. And if you're upset about that, oh well. But if you're happy that I'm at least being honest with you, I'm always going to have that honesty with you guys, that I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, oh, I'm doing it because I love you guys. I don't know who half you motherfuckers are. I don't know who 99% of you motherfuckers are. You guys click on my videos and hit the like button and share and comment. Cool.
Yeah.
The next day, you could go and murder a fucking child and be a fucking psychopathic murderer. Doesn't mean I love you because you hit the like button on my video.
He's just sitting there.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I don't love you. Kill the child. After the next video.
But don't get it wrong though. Those who do constantly show support, there is a deeper feeling I have for you guys, because I know there are people going to great lengths to be able to support me and to be able to defend me, even though I don't ask for anyone to defend me. There are people who are willing to go, quote dislike bomb videos just because it's negative about me. People are willing to go do that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I want it, doesn't mean I ask for it, but I do appreciate those who are trying to look out for me and trying to, help me out. So I do appreciate appreciate their intent, but at the same time, if they're going to do something stupid like harassment, DDoSing, doxing, whatever the case may be, at that point you're an idiot, and no, I don't love you anymore. Just please go die in a hole, because that ain't funny.
Yeah, like for real. And
Can't wait for another video. Like, oh my god, Trevor tells fans to go die in a hole.
Yeah,
for
and before that comes,
him.
let's be completely
shit.
honest.
It's like that one kid who keeps doing the screen recorded videos and just like
Chicago Lettuce is his name.
Oh,
I think that's his YouTube name. There was one video Made knows this. I shared it into the break room chat today.
I
and
saw it. And I was
it
like,
was
what
so
the fuck?
funny. He was going through, and I don't know, Damien or whoever's running this. If you ever have the chance, you should look this up. But it's a guy who on his phone keeps recording, and he goes, TJV uses other names for views or something like that, and he's going, look, call me Carson, got him. Tyro Magnus, got him.
I mean,
got him.
dude,
It's so
if
funny.
any,
It's so funny.
That's how you do. Like, that's how you start a video. If you're gonna talk about something, you have to put their name in the title.
So going by his logic, I'm using you, Trevor, for views right now.
Oh no, we're using
no.
it for views. Oh, we gotta go to jail. Oh shit.
Exactly.
Oh.
Damien,
Like,
how could I? I don't know.
Getting canceled.
If I'm talking about Mini Lad returning, what am I supposed to say? Predator returns to YouTube.
That won't get it.
Person who's in
I mean,
giraffes returns back to YouTube.
No, man, you
It
should
could
say
be decent
Northern.
clickbait, but
Tiger Tattoo returns.
No, man, just say Northern Irishman returns from Ireland after God X amount of days.
I mean, it's gonna be some cryptic title like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
dude, we're on 18 viewers, by the way. You support.
Wow.
Doing your thing in
Wow.
your server, Trevor. I love
Chat
it.
is really fucking vibing right now.
Yeah, they are
Yeah,
vibing.
because
Yeah.
they're doing the fucking sing-along thing again, for fuck's
Yeah,
sake.
they're doing the sing along.
Again? Oh,
Again.
God, Ritz.
You can
Damn.
control yourself.
Why do you
Ritz,
do this
can
shit, Ritz?
Hey, if people want to come in here, if they want to fucking vibe, I allow that shit.
I mean,
They
by the way,
vibe.
Trevor, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is one of the first times you've actually said this like publicly on a stream or a video for YouTube, that you have yeah, I don't give a fuck about certain things, but I do care about other thing, all that jazz. What you
Is
just
this
said.
the first time I've said it?
I correct me if I'm wrong, but
No, it hasn't. I've always been honest like this. It just so happens, like, this is the thing. I have hours and hours and hours of live streaming footage that people are just not willing to go through, and that's fine. But some diehard people or people who are really against me, like Velocity, are willing to go through that and find that information, or look for something, that might be off and something that he thinks that's wrong with me, and search that out. But there is plenty of that live stream footage where I'm honest with you guys. I sit here and say, hey, thanks for the $20 bill. I will probably go out to eat and take my little brother out with that money. Yeah. And I'm dead ass honest with people.
Spend it at a bar.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll go fucking get drunk one night.
I think I heard
money.
you say that in a few streams about getting some money from a viewer and saying, hey, I'm going out to get some food with this.
And you did?
Yeah, and I'm very honest with people. Like yes, I do it for a job, and I'm a glorified stripper technically, But like I am gonna say I do upload entertaining videos, and it just so happens my videos are exceeding those other commentary channels. They're getting more views. I'm getting more subs. The Vanos crew recognized me. Keemstar recognized me. Louis, all of these people recognized me. But all these other commentary channels aren't getting recognized. There is some sort of level of entertaining format, and I think what I've kept consistent is my honesty and how blunt I can be. And I'm not going to change that up or try to act nice all of a sudden, or change up, people like to say I have a fake laugh. I like to fake laugh a lot. It's my laugh. If you hate it, you hate it. It's like Big Jelly Panda. Everyone says that's his fake laugh, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Sometimes he laughs like that. It's not
his fake laugh.
Me with the Yoshi thing. That's not gonna change. Me jumping up and down my chair and flipping shit over. That's not.
Duplexing a chair onto your bed.
Yes. So like, I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change what I've had before because it's made me stick out in the commentary scene. And there's a reason why some commentary channels can exceed that mark. Like I'm close to reaching like Briz, Sensitive Society, some of their levels, and then the next level after that, you're gonna get to like Diesel Patches and Jaden and Optimus. You're gonna get to a higher level of commentary channels, and then you're just gonna reach a crazy number like Keemstar and how much influence he has. And all I'm doing is looking to climb that ladder up. And there's a reason why I stick out. People don't know what to call me. They don't know if I should be a big commentary channel or if I'm a small one. People don't know what to call me because if you say small, if you say small, you're looking around 10,000 subs. If you say a big one, you're looking over 100,000. And I'm sort of in that sweet spot where my influence can be of a big commentary channel, but sometimes I have a lot of those videos of a small commentary channel as well. So
even with your streams, sometimes your viewers go under like 300s.
Yeah. So, well, hell, one of my like a couple days ago, I only had 100 viewers, concurrent viewers, and then my last mini lad stream, I had like 600 concurrent viewers.
Yeah,
so
like I think it reached like 700 at one point.
I think it had 700 on your mini lad.
Topic.
Right, and again, I'm never, like I said, I'm never gonna sit here and classify myself into a big or a small. All commentary channels are commentary channels. If you call me out, I'll call you out. It's fine. I don't care if you have 4 subs or if you have 4 million subs. And I like you guys are doing a podcast. You guys only got 20 subscribers. I might not be able to get thousands of people over here to this podcast, but this will be one of my early videos. If I ever do reach that big number, this will be a video for people to go back and rewatch. And maybe this video will end up blowing up a lot later down the line. And if that's the case, that's the case. And if I did call that out, make sure you comment down below on this video.
Oh yeah, we got
that prediction right.
That's the thing. It's already blowing up considering the other few streams that we've done.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
We've had some interesting numbers whenever we first started.
Yeah. But for example, our first podcast episode, or episode 0 technically, got over 100 or about 200 views within the first.
It's at 170 right now.
Yeah, it's 170 within the first week. For a channel that has just been created, that's insane. If anything.
Yeah. And then like in part 2, we had like, I don't know, it was even for likes and dislikes, and then it went up, then it went down, and it went up again, and it went down.
Yeah, it was so weird.
YouTube has been fucking up, and I bet it's gonna do the same thing for this. Dude, I'm looking at this.
That's where my channel's at right now.
What? It's in the trash.
Fucking trash bin.
Hey,
I mean,
In the
I mean,
trash
far
bin because I haven't
after.
made any content for
That's
my
the
main
Discord
channel
for
yet, except for fucking goddamn that one other video I did.
I mean, we've been
Oh.
focusing on this as well, and we've just
Yeah,
been
we've been
vibing and playing
focusing on
games.
this. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
been focusing on this for like a hot
Like-
while.
Even
I like how it's like we actually put effort into it. Like, oh yeah, here guys, here's what we're gonna talk about, and then like the day that we're gonna do, it's like, oh nope, we're changing the thing completely. We changed the topic completely.
No, so
Let me
for
tell you
this,
about this.
for this episode, we've already had 4 topics. First, it
I had a
was
plan.
standing, I think. Then it was
So what stands?
a raccoon laying on the ground saying that it's Ritz being exposed for his nudes getting out. Then
Yeah,
it was Minilad returning, and then I woke up to you being wanting to come onto the stream, Trevor. So we've
Yeah,
changed
like,
4
I
topics
panicked.
already.
I'm like, guys, someone wants to come on.
I had
We
to
need to change
change
everything.
so many fucking thumbnails for this episode.
Yeah.
He got so
I had
mad. He's like,
so
God
many
damn it.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that's exactly what his reaction was.
That is my fucking mood every
I
time
mean,
I feel like I
here's
have to change
hoping-
it up.
here's hoping that this is the end of any drama shit, and then we can
More
focus on
podcasts.
doing more funny podcasts.
Focus
It
on
should be.
stands.
There's never going to be
Don't say that,
an
Ritz,
end
you're the
to the
content
drama.
creator.
That's never
Yeah,
going to.
well,
No,
at
and I
least
mean-
this chapter of it.
At least this chapter.
Well,
and
We just want this chapter. done.
I don't think so. For example, Simp, like I said, I'll be blunt about that. Are you in contact with Dino or Slushy or Vex or any of them?
As much as I used to be, because if you remember when you first said that they could be coming back to the server,
Yeah, at one
think-
point they could be.
yeah, because I was trying to, because for that to happen, we were trying to smooth things over. So,
But if
yeah.
you could contact them right now, could you? Like send them a
do
DM?
you want me to?
No, I'm not saying, but I'm saying, do you have contact with them?
Well, yeah, I don't block people.
Okay, so if you have contact with them and stuff like that, if this drama was really going to come to an end, it would have to go down to, because ex-staff members are ex-staff members, and regardless of if you keep your mouth quiet and you don't want nothing to do with drama anymore, you're still going to be drug into it because you were involved in that at one point. So being part of the staff team, you'll get dragged in either as a, hey, you need to confirm this happened for me, or you need to come say your experiences with it or whatever. It will come to an end once that side finally comes to a close and stops.
I think I
saying
see
they're
what you're
saying about the
saying,
Discord.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
once they stop, then it will end because you know me. Do I bring up the shit on my YouTube channel? No. Do I bring up the shit in my Discord? No. I mean, it's gone. It's out. We don't talk about it anymore. The only one bringing this shit up is the ex people who left. You know, the ex staff members and stuff. So, and
I
even
think
some of the
yeah.
ex members. So, if they chose to close it, come to an end, that's fine. But there's a reason why Zombie Fox made his video. He thinks that there's something to hide that he needs to talk about, and he needs to show that I'm a huge hypocrite or something like that. Okay, go for it. I mean, whatever. But all this old X drama Discord shit being re-brought up again, that's completely on whoever gave him that information. So Slushy, Dino, Vex, it's on them that this is all being brought up again. So I don't think you brought it up, Simp, at all. I think that you are talking about it, which, you know, whether I disagree or agree with what you're talking about, that's different. You're allowed to talk about it. But the fact that they're bringing up stuff and trying to paint a narrative behind whatever they're bringing up, that's when it becomes an issue. And that just needs to, I think, need to come to a close. I mean, if they want to expose it all, go for it. There's nothing to expose. You're going to find that I say some cringy shit
Hey,
sometimes.
Velocity is
You're
saying
gonna...
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yes?
Is that
Did I
actually
miss
him
anything?
though?
I'm at work.
Oh, it is Velocity.
Yeah, it's
But
Velocity.
is that actually him though?
Velocity?
Oh,
Oh my
shit.
God.
Ask him
Hey,
to come on.
shit.
You should ask him to come on. I don't think
If
he
he
will,
wants
but-
to get on,
He's at work, he
he
said.
says he's at
He's
work.
Yeah, he's
but-
at work.
Is that
At
work?
work.
Damn.
I mean, if for what if,
Velocity. One
Even
day,
if
do
he
you
was
want to
at
come on the
work, I don't think-
podcast and just talk?
I
Yeah.
don't think he would, even if he wasn't on work. Or maybe it was just me, because I tried to invite him onto one of my live streams at one point, and he said no. So
I mean, he can reach out. He can reach out on Twitter. He can join the Discord.
yeah, the link to the Discord server is
Yeah,
in the
I see.
description.
Yeah, the Discord link is in the description. I think that's also how you got in.
I mean, honestly, we kind of give out this invitation to just about anybody who wants
Yeah.
to talk out, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also just for a general community
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the background. So
Yeah, if like anybody wants to come into the Discord and just chill out, or want to hop in for an episode, speak whatever they were.
Just know we have crackhead energy.
yeah, we
Yeah.
do have
And-
crackhead energy.
Very extremely ADHD.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we make fun of Dark all the time.
I mean,
I make fun of
so
Gay Man.
basically,
We just make fun of the guys.
Okay, so
Fuck up,
basically,
Damien.
okay, to sum this
I will
up,
take Rich's lightsaber that he has, and I will shove it up your rectum.
Damien,
I read it up.
who's the owner of this Discord?
British.
that'll be me.
Ritz. Okay, Ritz. I'm just
Yep.
gonna say, be careful about if you're gonna keep this Discord for a long time and add more staff.
Mhm.
Be careful who you add as a staff member because sometimes they will leave and say shit about you, and it's not fun. I'm just gonna give you some advice as a Discord.
We already know this.
It's not
Right.
fun.
Nobody
So,
spares this shit.
make sure you pick someone careful. I gotta say, I don't know if Maid's one of your staff members at all. Maid's a good pick.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
She is.
I'll vouch for Maid. But
She is.
I stay neutral.
Yeah, true that.
Maid's pretty
Also,
nice.
from server hopping from place to place, I will also say this: make sure that you, obviously, as Trevor said, you hire some good staff that won't like fuck you over, but make sure
Mhm.
that you do research on certain things and make sure that if they do fuck up, make sure it is true.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want to end up on a scale of like fucking like, oh well, how do you know this? Is that an Aspire speeder, Trevor? I recognize that.
This?
Yeah.
No, it's a geek vape.
Geek vape. Fuck.
Oh.
Fuck, I was
It's
actually
like,
gonna
oh my god, I'm
lie
putting
So-
connections.
So
Oh,
I have
I'm
another
putting
thing
the
to bring up because I find that really fucked up.
Shit.
At least maybe you guys did not hear that back there.
Oh, we heard.
I
it.
Your
yeah, we
wife?
heard, we heard
Your
your wife
wife?
screaming.
I heard something.
But Trevor, I
was your
find this
wife.
fucked up. I find it fucked up that
Have you
people are
told
actually
me
going
that?
out
Did
of
we
their
get back by
way to
someone
reach
else?
out to your family members. I find that
Yeah,
honestly
that's really
fucked.
messed up.
Way too far, man.
Do we want to talk about this real quick? Okay.
If you
If
want
you
to, at
want
least.
to, it's
It's
Well-
not. If you don't want to,
Yeah, you
that's...
don't have to, but
No, it's just okay. So this is a little interesting. So yeah, it happened clear back when Olmecker did the whole he made that video and
Yeah.
he had my personal Facebook and a couple people reaching out to my parents and I was like, okay, whatever. I explained to my parents what was going on and they understood and I helped them change some privacy settings so they can't just randomly get an invitation
Yeah.
from anyone.
right.
So now it's strictly, and I think this is the case on Facebook. Maybe it's not, but no one can add them unless there's a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And then if they want to add someone who's not a mutual friend, they have the power to do that, but no one has the power to add them.
Yeah, that's the
so-
perfect setting.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So that's the settings they have now on their Facebook, so they're not getting spammed a lot. I think they were getting spammed for like 5 or 6 people a week were doing it for about 2 weeks.
Wow.
And then it kind of died down to just one person, and then it didn't happen no more after that.
Yeah, honestly, I just don't understand. why people do
And then
that.
recently with the Zombie Fox video, there was a crazy number of people just one night doing it, and then it happened the next night super late. So that makes me believe that it's one person or one group of people choosing a specific time to do it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. I have no idea who they are. And the accounts are pretty bland. They're like John Doe. They're brand new accounts
Of course,
with
their
basic
names like that. Of course.
Yeah, or Sally Smith or something like that. So like, there's
Like
no
John Smith or some
information.
shit.
Yeah.
There's no information, really, but they are messaging, and then once you add, or they're friend requesting, and then once you add them, after their, several friend requests, they will finally send a message about me and Zombie Fox and Velocity's video, which I've gotten, or my family and my friends and my girlfriend has gotten links to both videos, splattered throughout. And I think there was a higher number. There's about 10 or 11 friend requests one night, and then another night there was 14 requests, and then it got down to 3 after I made my tweet, and then we haven't received anything from those 3. And I remember when I tweeted out about it, it could bring more attention to it. Wildcat replied to my
Yeah,
tweet
I saw
saying,
that.
"Hey, bro, be careful. You could be bringing more attention to it."
Yeah,
And
it could be just what they want. Like, yeah, you're giving us
right.
attention. But we're gonna do it.
But it did stop, and we did get to the bottom of it, and it was just a couple privacy things changed and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a bit fucked up, but at the end of the day, like now talking about it after time has passed, it's whatever. I mean, you kind of think about it that people kind of want to go out of their way to like try to fuck things up and try to get your girlfriend to think differently about you, or get my brother to think differently about me or something like that. Which,
I mean, if anything, they've known you for the last 21 years, so.
right. They've known me for a lot longer. They know me on a personal level. They know a lot more about that, and it's kind of funny. Like I shared this information with maid and some of the other staff team.
Yeah, you told me like
my
the
girlfriend.
night that you made that tweet.
Yeah. So my girlfriend, she didn't care about any of that. We had to talk in person about it, and she didn't care about any of that. She literally sat here and says, "You know what? You do your thing." And I told her, I'm like, this kind of makes me feel like I don't want to do YouTube for the rest of my life. It makes me kind of feel like I should get a 9-to-5 job at some point. And my girlfriend hopped on my ass and said, "No. You keeping your job. You're keeping your job, and I will be here for it no matter what. Like nothing's gonna
don't let those idiots get to you.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
I still think it's kind of like fucked up where they went out of their way because they have an issue with you, and they're like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna like go message his entire like family and his like loved ones and that kind of shit. It's the scummiest thing to do.
Right.
If you have an issue, you have like gripes with someone else.
But people
don't like talk other people into it.
People in my close life, they've all experienced it. They've all done their shit, and they support me. And if anything, it made relationships with people I've had on Facebook, close friends, family, and my girlfriend. It made our relationships better, if anything. So like it wasn't a negative impact. It was just kind of a nuisance that we had to sort of deal with that. And
that's good.
Me doing my YouTube thing affects people in my personal life, which I never thought that was something like that was going to happen. But at the end of the day, it's not too big of a deal. It is what it is.
Yeah, like
if
anything,
another thing.
Oh, yeah, but,
oh,
like,
sorry.
If anything, oh, fuck!
Oh my god!
So
you first.
I go. If anything,
go.
if you keep on going with doing your stuff and really don't care about those few little haters out there that are actually sending informations to your like family members, friends, whatever, it shows that you have the will to go on and that you don't care about that, so they will stop eventually. And nonetheless, if you like get like over 1 million subs at some points, which if anything that could happen, you can expect way more hate than you're getting right now, because that's just a fact.
Right, it's just little annoying things here and there, and especially with how busy my life was last week and everything like that. It was just something. It wasn't the right time for me to deal with that stuff, especially with everything else personally I was dealing with at the time. So like, my reaction on Twitter could have been a little much, maybe, but I don't look back on it and think, oh, I gotta delete that. I can stay up forever. I don't really care. Yeah. I mean, it was what it was, and I know I'm not necessarily in the wrong for that. It's just I could have better reactions to it sometimes, and I do think about that. I'm like, hey, should I say something about it, or should I stay quiet? And most of the time my gut is saying say something about it, and I kind of run with what my gut says, even though I have people like Maid and other people on my staff team saying, hey, you probably shouldn't say anything about it, but I do anyways. And most of the time it works out for me, because like just because my gut is saying something doesn't mean I go and say everything. That just means I go and be selective about what you talk about, and be smart if you are going to say something about it. And that's the best thing. So like I said before, I'm usually honest about everything. It's just you won't really find me acting super irrational when I talk about those things. Even if it's like something super bad, you won't see me talking really irrational about it. I'd go more over the emotional side of any. Like if it was something real bad, I'd probably get a little emotional on YouTube and just say, hey guys, this fucking sucks. I'm leaving for a bit. Bye. And
yeah,
video.
Another thing I was gonna ask, because you said it earlier, and I'm really like itching to know this, because you brought up that this drama shit would only really end with what's his name, fucking Dino and shit, right?
Slushy and everyone else who's sending shit to Zombie Fox.
Yeah. And my question would be why do you think that they're still going at this? Because it's a bit strange to me as well,
Well, the thing is I don't know. I just know from what Zombie Fox's video shows, and it looks like that they either accepted or they reached out. Whether they got the invitation to send screenshots and information, like Zombie Fox reached out to them and asked, or they went out of their way to ask Zombie Fox, hey, can you include this as well? That's just what the video looks like. Do I know any other context? No, because Zombie Fox didn't really clarify any of that, and I have no way to reach out to them. I don't usually discuss anything with them. I think I did reach out to Slushy. I did say hi to her, but on Discord to see if she had replied, but I have not gotten a single reply from her yet. Because I was going to ask her, being like, hey, you got a problem with me? Like, why'd you send those screenshots? And you didn't even really send bad screenshots either. I mean, there's some other screenshots you could have sent, that could have made me look worse. So I don't know what your intention was by sending these mild screenshots. Like, are you trying to like get me canceled, or are you? Did Zombie Fox make up a story and you felt like you had to do it? Like, what was the thing? I don't know. And at the end of the day, I do think that if they were to like reach out to me and provide a statement to me, it would kind of squash if Zombie Fox is behind all of this and he's the one trying to bring up old Discord drama. But somebody's behind all this. Somebody's trying to bring up this old Discord drama and use it against me. And I'm just looking for it to be squashed.
Why is it whenever this happens, Trevor, it's like you and I ultimately just get roped into it like every time?
Well, I can speak for myself.
Yeah.
You know, just for myself, I think that I don't know. I'm kind of like the center of the Discord. I'm the center of my content and yada yada yada. You know, it's usually my voice over everybody else who's involved, and I feel like sometimes people are willing to rope their own selves into the drama just so they can have a slice of the pie. They can have a slice of the spotlight.
Look at my Discord status, man. Like, ever since this has happened, I've had to up until now, obviously, I've had to disappear because it's just like you get so many DMs that are just like, "Hey, do you know about this? Yo, what happened there?" I'm just like, "Oh, fuck off."
Right, and the idea right now of ex-staff members of my Discord, people are treating ex-staff members of my Discord as if they're some wise god sitting on the top of a mountain and they know secret ritual information about the Discord. And I'm like, what the fuck? They were ex-staff members. They either left on their own merit or they were removed for whatever reason. No problem with them. I thank them for what they did for my Discord server. But move the fuck on. They're doing their own thing. And I don't expect any of you guys talking about the ex-staff. I don't expect any of you guys to carry whatever my Discord did into your personal lives beyond you leaving. I don't expect that. And if it is happening, I would advise you to talk to a therapist and get it out of your personal life. It's just a Discord server. It's not that big of a deal, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's crazy because I thought I was done with it. You know, I'm sitting there playing me fucking games, chilling with links and all that, and then suddenly just one after the other, boom, 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 and it's just like, bro, what the fuck stake do I have in it?
Yeah, I just honestly think that if Dino/Vex, if they're all having the intention to do something bad to me or expose something bad to me, then they're in the wrong. They're at fault. And if Zombie Fox is roped in, then I don't have no problem with Zombie Fox. But if it is them doing it, then those are people who can't. They're obsessive people that can't get over the past.
It will be the last straw for you, at that point.
Well, not necessarily the last straw, because there is no more straws. There's nothing there's nothing between us. It's just that they did what they did. They're obsessive still about it. They still want this TJV Discord drama to live in their lives beyond them leaving, and that's what a crazy person would do. And if they want to continue being crazy, let them be crazy. There's nothing that happened in my Discord server for them to still have to talk about it today. There is nothing that happened there. We don't have fucking pedophiles running around. I literally call out pedophiles. We don't have pedophiles running around my Discord. We don't have people stalking you and doxing you in my Discord. We don't have crazy people like that in my Discord. It's what people say on the internet. It's basic toxic shit that people say on the internet. It just so happens to happen in my Discord server because I'm a commentary channel. I talk about drama. There's a lot of people who watch my videos who carry that toxic nature from them talking on Reddits to forums to Twitter, whatever. And then when they join my Discord, they're doing the same thing. And my staff has to deal with it. Made firsthand has dealt with a lot of people who are toxic in my Discord. And we have to handle them, warn them of the rules. They're annoying. But hey, Maid, I'll use Maid as an example since she's still staff. If you were one day to just resign and leave the Discord server, would all that dealing with all those toxic people, would that carry over in your life, or would you just forget about it and be like, oh yeah, I did that, I monitored those people a while ago? But is it straining your mental health? Is it harming your mental health in any way? I mean,
no, not really.
That's just like saying, hey, I went on YouTube and I saw a bad comment and my mental health is all bad now. It's a fucking YouTube comment section. Yeah, I got so fucked up in the head over a YouTube comment.
It's like the joke of Vietnam all over again.
I mean, it is what it is. But again, like I said, if those three Vex Dino Slushy, if they didn't do it, or some of them didn't do it, then I'm not talking about them. Then what I'm saying about them, I don't mean. If it's Zombie Fox who asked them and was trying to rope that shit, then we're talking about a completely different thing. That means Zombie Fox is actively trying to look, which I think might be the case because he's been on my side at first, and now he's against me, and now he's back in my Discord. Yeah, he's
That's
like a back and forth
when
thing.
the video first came out, I was like really like, is this gonna be like his actual stance now, or is he gonna change again and then apologize to Trevor again? Like, it kind of, like, for me, his credibility, especially because he was popping back and forth, was really like, I was kind of like, I might not believe this stuff. I might not. It might just be doing it for like the sake of others, not really his own opinion, that kind of stuff.
Well, in regards to Zombie, in regards to the whole switching thing, I think I speak for us all here when I say I think he's past the point of, bunny hopping to one side and then the other.
Bringing the bunny out of the bag, please.
He keeps doing it though, so it could be true that like he might turn around and be like, "I'm sorry, Trevor," and then just like go on, and then he will turn around again. But as of right now, it seems like he picked a side.
If anything,
and again, you'll find a lot of what Velocity's calling me out for, what Zombie Fox is calling me out for. You'll see that a lot of what they're calling me out for, they might be themselves. You know what I mean? Like if they want to call me out for little things here and there, it could be something. I'm not talking about something specific like the flirting or
some conspiracy theory.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking like more in terms of like, hey, if you want to call me a hypocrite for this, and that, Zombie Fox, you were like all supportive of me, and then not supportive of me, and then you're cool with me again, and now you're not. I mean, there's gonna be
a full apology video and said I'm not gonna talk to Trevor anymore. And
there's gonna be some hypocrisy that like kind of, lays over what you're doing because you're kind of on the back and forth train there. And then for the Velocity thing, I mean, he can sit here and say that I'm choosing to do the Louis thing just for views and stuff like that. But if you're going to keep making videos about points and you're not really looking to get to the bottom of what you're talking about or come to a conclusion about what you're talking about, which most commentary channels do, they talk about the situation, they digest it, they come to a conclusion, then they move on to the next thing. If Velocity's trying to do the same thing, he's doing a really bad job of it. I mean, and that's just some of the things. Like, I mean, if he wants my side of the story, I'll give you my side of the story. Make your 10 videos about me. And then after your 10 videos, if you're done, you're done. I mean, then move the fuck on.
It doesn't phase you at the end of the day.
Because he said he's going to make a whole video talking about me and... Like, so at the beginning of his first video, he says, like, there's shady tendencies between me and Hallie. And I say, I'm fucking Hallie in one of my live streams. Because Neon goes, hey, you fucking Hallie now? And I go, I am now. And he goes, that's a shady tendency. And I'm like, well, she's my girlfriend. And I'm gonna talk to a guy like a guy. And, this is how kind of guys talk. I'm still young. That's kind of what I'm going to talk about. And that's what I'm going to do. And then right afterwards, he goes, I'll cover that train wreck in another video. So I'm still expecting this video about me and Hallie's relationship that he's gonna end up making, and if he is, I'm curious to see it. But at the same time, I don't want it to be a thing because I don't want Hallie to be drug into any of this bullshit. I mean, if it's just strictly about me, fine. But you're kind of gonna be bringing up Hallie a lot if you're gonna talk about that, and I don't think she needs to be drug into that stuff. So
yeah, and I fully get where your point is coming from with his what you see on that part stuff, but it could also be what I talked about earlier with Hallie. What I pointed out, it could also be just that.
Again, people do find it weird that I dated a victim of a guy who I called out. I completely understand that. But nobody's ever asked me, like, what was my experiences through it. Nobody's ever asked me what was my point of view and what did I think about it at first, So, like, it's a different situation for everyone,
I would say, if you, what's your view on it?
Well, just like my view on the relationship is like, when we started talking more in DMs when that stuff was happening, I covered the Mini Lad stuff a long time ago. I kind of forgot about the Mini Lad stuff because I was talking about the Home Record drama at the time. And a lot of the Vanos crew was like starting to follow me on Twitter, and I was popping up in their live streams, and Terrorizer was like shouting me out a little bit here and there. And like everything was going good. So like when me and Hallie were talking, I just, I didn't look to her as like, oh, she's had to suffer through this horrible experience and stuff like that. I kind of just looked to her. I'm like, hey, she's just another person online. It just so happens she lives, somewhat close to me and all. And, maybe there could be something there. And it slipped my mind a little bit. And then the conversation eventually came up about it, and she said she was interested. I said I was interested, and I didn't even think of her. Like, we didn't have a single conversation about that past situation while we dated. We just talked about us. We talked about what we're interested in. We moved forward, and it was a great relationship. And there's nothing bad to say about it. She didn't have anything bad to say about it. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I still got her number. I still, I still have her on Twitter. I reply to some of her stuff here and there, and yeah, she's cool. I mean, but everybody else is gonna say, ew. That's weird. That's gross. That's the victim of the mini lad situation. I'm like, well, if that's the only thing you see Hallie as a victim, I mean, you kind of got to understand victims don't always want to just be known as a victim of a situation. I mean, that shit's gonna carry over for the rest of their lives. I mean, it's kind of rude.
Some people keep the victim mentality, but some people also change from victim to survivor mentality.
Yeah. And I think that Hallie has done a very great job on being able to do what she wants to do. I know she's gotten, the help that she's wanted and the support that she's gotten, and she's doing very well now. And she's doing great.
Another thing about the zombie thing, because again, I'm really enjoying your insight on it, because I never really thought about it too deeply until at this point. But do you believe that, well, like how I was at the beginning at first, do you think that he's getting played by them?
Who is?
Because a zombie is getting played by Dino and all that, because you do make some good points.
I'm just saying theoretically, what if I'm not? I don't want to say any statements if I think or whatever, because I don't know what to think of it. I honestly need more information. I need Zombie Fox to make another video talking about it. I just need more information about it. But what I think, what I personally think, I guess with it all, is that there is somebody who wants to kind of use this old Discord drama, and Zombie Fox was in the Discord, and so was Dino and all these other people. So it has to be, I think, one side or the other, maybe. But I don't have my mind set up, and I'm not ever thinking about that stuff. It just, when I saw the video, I was like, okay, who's behind this? Like, who started the conversation about making the video in the first place? Because sometimes it's not the actual person; it's somebody else who gives information, and then maybe Zombie Fox got the idea, like, oh, I can make this into a video, and tell the truth about. And maybe Zombie Fox is, being misled, into this. And if that's the case, then I'm willing to talk to him about it. But if he's not, and he thinks I'm a truly bad, hypocritical asshole or whatever he thinks I am, then so be it.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I really had an issue with, it's old stuff, it's all over, of course, but in the video responding to Ritz's video, there was no disclaimer to begin with. I checked it back then. It was my thought on it. Normally whenever you cover someone, you tell them to not harass or go to that channel in any way, shape or form. And you did do that for for example, Omewrecker, but you didn't do it for Ritz. That was just kind of a thing. Hey, why did you not put that in there?
What disclaimer?
Disclaimer to not harass the channel you're talking about.
So I've covered how many videos on Omewrecker? It's been a lot, right?
Yeah.
So do you think every single video I have a disclaimer in it?
No, I don't remember.
I don't think you would.
Okay, so the answer is no, not in every single video, but in a lot of videos, especially the more prominent ones, yes, I do have a disclaimer in there. What I think would be the turning point where I started to do that was when Omewrecker started specifically saying, hey, I'm getting a lot of this, I'm getting a lot of hate, I'm getting a lot of harassment and doxing, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can help out because that was never my intention, and if people go and do that, that's not my fault that they did it, but maybe I can do my part by exclaiming a lot in a video about it. So I exclaimed a lot about it, and then now it sort of became a thing where almost every single video I have to do it. And then when I when I come up to do newer Omewrecker videos or the mini lad videos or whatever, even the deep vegan guy, I didn't throw a disclaimer in there. I didn't do anything because my normal nature isn't to talk about what can an audience or what can a viewer do. It's more of what the subject and what the topic's about.
Yeah.
If I do need to get better in terms of get used to those normal warnings and those normal disclaimers, I can work towards that, but I don't think it's necessarily necessary, because if you're going to always go back to the content creator and say, oh, you didn't put a disclaimer in there, that's sort of saying, hey, you insinuated people to go do that, and I don't think that's right. So for Ritz, if you think that I intentionally didn't put a disclaimer in there, that's not the case. It's just my normal nature not to put a disclaimer in there. The only reason why you see those disclaimers in those other videos is because Olmecker probably bitched about it on Twitter, so I made sure my next video I did it and just cleared it up.
Yeah, no, and I get that, and I see your point on that. Though, I'm not a big YouTuber. I've never been a big YouTuber, but what I've seen from YouTubers in general is, if they really don't give a disclaimer, especially once they're getting bigger, their audience will do whatever they want. Especially if you're a bigger community or bigger channel, if not having a disclaimer could give them more free reign than anything. If you get where I'm
Yeah. But you have to remember,
see, like,
you have to remember he can't control all those people.
No, but
Right. Yeah,
at least it can be put on the fact that you don't have a disclaimer, especially as a bigger YouTuber, because
Right, but in that case, I can go nitpick any video. I can go say, okay, Mr. Beast is giving away money. That gives me the right to go steal money from my mom and give it away to my friends. So do they need to put a disclaimer not to steal your mom's money?
I thought you were gonna say you were gonna steal Mr. Beast's money.
well,
yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Does that make sense though? Like if I'm talking about a subject I'm not necessarily breaking down anything about their character. Like when I talked about Ritz, I never talked about his character.
Yeah, no.
I never talked about who he is as a person. Same thing with Olmecker and Minilad. I don't try to talk about the characters, and if I do, it might be for a slight jab or a joke or whatever. But like even then, we can understand what the difference between that and the other thing is. When I talk about these top six and their actions and what they say and what they've, what's libel and what we can clearly say, okay, these are the statements that they're making and these are the claims that they're making. That's what I'm there to talk about. And if people want to go to Rich channel and say, hey, your claims and your statements are wrong, that's not harassment. That's people on the internet giving their opinions. But if people then go to him and say, hey, Ritz, you're a fat piece of shit and you should go die in a hole, that's where that line is crossed. And I would be happy to call out that person and say, do not do that to Ritz. And again, I've always been like that. I've always claimed that that's the case. So.
And that's why I'm happy that I got to talk about it as well, because getting the viewpoints.
But if you're saying that I should be putting more disclaimers, I would argue that, I don't think I need to, because I can bring up that analogy with any other YouTuber, any other YouTuber can give a random thought idea to a viewer. If that viewer decides to take that action, that's not held responsible to the content creator, that's held responsible to the viewer and what their actions are. So again, blaming people for other people, unless they're in clearly inciting violence, such as like Hitler, then there's a difference. Then there's a difference.
Interesting choice of historical figure, Trevor.
well, I'm just saying. Is anybody out here comparing me to Hitler? No, and that's a good thing because I'm not inciting anything. I'm not inciting harassment. I'm not inciting going to raid any streams unless it's like a friendly positivity raid, like I like to do sometimes. I don't incite people to go do anything at all. And I might share my viewpoint on something, and if people want to support me by helping my viewpoint become established, that's up to them to do, and they can share their opinion on the matter. If somebody went to Minilad's videos and said, hey, I like TJV's point of view, and commented that, there would be people who complain and say, hey, you're inciting people to go do this. I would argue that's their opinion, and they're allowed to go do. People go to Mini. Did you see Minilad stream? A bunch of people were saying the alpha beta
I was
stuff.
watching your stream when it happened.
Did you see people comment alpha betas all the time in the live chat? Does that mean the alpha betas or the Vanoss crew? Does that mean they incited the alpha betas animation to attack Mini? No, that just means that these people like this content, they were associated at one point, and that's that. I'm a commentary channel, I'm talking about Mini, so yes, you're gonna see comments pop up on his channel, that's about my video, or about me.
And especially as you're taking over a lot of the Vanoss crew's viewers as well, because you've been talking about them.
Right, so in the case of Ritz, if I talk about Ritz in a video, yes, you're gonna get comments, you're gonna get likes and dislikes on that video based off what my video is about, but that doesn't mean that the person disliking or liking the video or commenting is wrong to do that. They're not wrong to do that. They're just they literally got the pathway open to go view the video, and now they can view it on their own and watch it if they would like. And just because I bring exposure to a video with barely any views or barely any subs, it doesn't mean I'm wrong. And I've made this argument for a long time that just because they're a smaller content creator doesn't mean I have to put a disclaimer. But maybe in the future, if that is more appropriate to do, you'll see me do it. But if you think like if it's another small YouTuber like this Chicago lettuce guy. I mean, like, do I need to put a disclaimer, or are people just smart enough to saying, "Hey, don't send death threats to this guy at all"? I mean, I think people are smart enough to do that, and people are going to go there and have fun with the video all they want. But that's that, you know.
Yeah. I suppose what you're saying is it's really up to the person that views the content. They should take responsibility if they something negative, because like you're just reporting on it. Like, what more can you do beyond that point? You can't always say, "Oh, don't do this." They're grown enough to know that they shouldn't be doing it.
Right. You kind of have an interesting viewer, Honest Cherry, in your chat.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. And I wanted to bring that up later.
Wait.
I haven't. Hasn't this
motherfucker been in one of your streams before, Trevor?
I have no idea. I don't recognize the person.
Yo, Cherry, keep starting shit. You're getting fucking timed out.
Because if anything, we're just bringing light to the situation and giving him
I'll bring up something real quick. So, Honest Cherry, I'll read your last two paragraphs. So, Hallie brought herself into this. She brought up Minnie, and then she decided to go out with TJ. She made her own choice. I think we all agree with that. She did make her own choices to do that. A guy, and then Queen Lee replies, "What did their relationship have to do with Minnie? Make it make sense." And then Honest Cherry replies, "A guy objectifies you, right? Then you go out with a guy who covered a dude who used you and treats you like an object. That's cool to you?" Does that make any sense to anybody?
You know me, Trevor. Anytime something like that comes in, I try to piece it together. Just give me a bit of extra time there.
Yeah, and Cynical said that yes, he was in your streams as well.
Yes, so he was in one of your streams.
Oh, okay. So Honest Cherry, I think, is trying to say that I objectified Hallie when I covered the situation. I think that's what Honest Cherry's trying to say. Is that like I treated her like an object, and then I started dating her. And that's wrong. And Hallie got herself into that, and she knew I did that. Or something.
Cherry, are you basing this off of your own research, or is it in relation to the zombie video?
I have no idea. I thought it was right when we were talking about the whole Hallie thing, so I thought it was interesting.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure out where he got his opinion from.
Because at first I saw that TJV is such a dishonest liar. I thought, okay. Where did that come from? Because
how can you be a dishonest liar? Wait, what?
Yeah,
a lying liar.
A lying liar. So you're lying about your lies.
Yeah.
So you're lying.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't add up, does it?
So,
how doesn't make any sense?
With your lies.
He's like, so he's lying.
I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a double negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it cancels out, doesn't it?
It cancels each other out. Yeah.
That's a double negative.
People in the chat. People in the chat. I beg, right? If you're gonna type stuff like that, please don't be redundant, because you're just gonna make us laugh, and then we lose all seriousness in it.
Yeah, honestly, especially since the chat is not going by quick at all, we will be noticing it way more because we're this small still.
Dishonest liar. Never heard of that before.
Yeah, neither have I.
Now, if you would have said, like, known liar, pathological liar, or dishonest person, or something like that, that would have made more sense.
Don't give him suggestions!
No, don't, Dark! You idiot!
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, overall, the whole situation is just weird, and it just seems trying to keep things private nowadays is like next to impossible, because there's always going to be someone who's like, hey, here's this.
I have a feeling I know a dino.
Try our best.
Okay.
What's up?
No, Cynical said, I have a feeling I know a dino. We're trying our best to be
Insert
I have a
Yes,
feeling I
here.
know a dino.
Me.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
I don't know. If anything.
I have a feeling I
I
know
mean,
a dino.
I know a dino
Like, what
as
does
well,
that
but he's
mean?
called... It's a completely different dino. Buongiorno.
What's
Buongiorno.
up, dwarf?
Oh, that's something we haven't seen before.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Yeah, it's-
We're having a kind of an
We're just
interview with
talking
Trevor.
about random shit, dwarf.
Yeah.
At this point, you
At this
know,
point, yeah.
talking about Trevor's perspective and then the whole thing in general. I mean, it's all going good.
It's all going
Yeah.
good. I don't know what you
I-
think about it, Trevor, but I think it's honestly going really well.
In terms of like this podcast?
Yeah, just discussion.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, in the beginning, I shared my concerns about just the first part of, or the first hour of the last podcast, where you guys were discussing Zombie Fox's video.
Yeah.
I shared my my problems or the notes that I brought up, but other than that, though, like yeah, it's going good. I mean, sir, I've been part of a couple of interviews before. You guys ask good questions and stuff like that, so. I think everything's going good.
I mean,
mean,
so I'm
that's why I
gonna be
wanted-
straight up honest here. I got woken up by Ritz by him calling me on my phone.
I was like,
Call him, like,
Dude,
telling me,
pissed.
telling
I
me
was
that
like-
you wanted to do this interview, so I brushed myself up, got coffee, smoked a cigarette, and got myself ready to do this shit.
I mean,
so
that's the thing, though. I can't.
I appreciate it.
Well, with
Like,
me
you're very
personally,
welcome.
Trevor, I just wanted to come across as like I'm not here to jump on you. I'm here to get your side of it because I'm fucking past that, you know. Like I'm like, what constructiveness is there in just jumping on someone? There's no fucking point in it.
Right.
we're all here to
So
vibe.
yeah,
yeah. If anything, we're just talking about some stuff still, and we're vibing as well.
I would say I would be able to be here for a lot longer, but I got about like 20 minutes left, so I don't know if you guys wanted to go over specific things. So.
I think there was one thing in particular that I had in mind, which was regarding some of the screenshots. I forget who it was in between, but it was like one of them said that they were actually married, and you replied with
Vex.
okay, and
Yeah.
I think they're talking about. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I
Trevor,
think
I
so.
haven't seen those screenshots in ages. I think the last time I seen them was like.
I hardly remember them, but one of them, Vex, being married or whatever.
Yeah.
Again, this goes into more personal information. Like, if you want an explanation for it, I can, but this is personal information between Vex and Kyle. So, like, is it good to share? I mean, Vex kind of brought herself into it. If she wants to, like, throw out there that
I
she
mean,
was
that's-
married and got
If she-
Honestly,
whoever
dude,
wants to throw that
I
out,
think
she
seeing
can-
as
she
that
can
she
come by
was
with
trying to blow stuff out of proportion on you, it's up to you if you want to. It's free reign for you.
So I will explain that. So like if I don't know if there's a screenshot of that, but I did know she was married. I got told very early on she was married when she joined the Discord. This was like before we put the Discord publicly. She was a close friend of Abby's. I've said before, like she's from Iowa and everything like that. She married Kyle for whatever reason she married Kyle for, and then apparently their relationship isn't romantic anymore, so they're just married to be married, but they're still seeking out other relationships. And Abby and Blake and plenty of other people, maybe even some staff members or old staff members can attest to this if they've ever heard it from Vex. But she says she's allowed to go have any relationship she wants, like dating wise or whatever, or flirting wise. She's allowed to go have that, and Kyle won't care because their marriage doesn't mean anything to them anymore. And
I heard a
Kyle-
rumor about that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I got told by Vex, and Vex told other staff members that she was interested in, and she told Abby, she told Blake, and all these other people, and that's what happened. And I was like, okay. I talked to Kyle briefly about it. Kyle said, I don't care. We're not romantically involved anymore. We're married. We live together, and we're good friends, and that's it. But we are legally married. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's fine. I guess it's a little weird. And then over the course of several months, that's when she started being more friendly with everyone. Everyone was more friendly with her, and the flirtation caught on, and it went from there, I think. So if you think that I incited her cheating by flirting with me, if that was
No.
what
No,
the screenshot was trying to-
no.
I'm saying
If anything,
confused by it.
I just wanted. If anything, I just wanted the context behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I remember, I remember seeing
can
that
see
one
how
in particular.
screenshot looks. That's why I said it. You
Yeah.
know, so like I don't know. I don't think I specifically said "and?" I don't think so. Like if someone could bring up that screenshot, that'd be
I
great.
can
But
try to get that right now. Just give me a second.
Yeah, because one of them said that they were married to someone named Sen, like not like Mr. Sen, but like a Sen or something like that.
yeah.
And then
Yeah,
that's when you
'cause
replied, okay,
Kyle went by like Senpoi at one point, so that would have been vexed.
Yeah, not to be confused with Mr. Sen, correct?
Oh no, God no! It's not Mr. Sen. I can assure you of that.
Wait, what about Sun?
Oh, nothing. This is a different Sen.
Ah.
I think.
Okay, Honest Cherry has said, this doesn't make sense. TJV said she was his friend and barely flirted with her, and said she wasn't married or didn't remember flirting with anyone who was married.
Okay.
Did I say that?
I don't remember.
Cherry,
Wait.
Wait,
Honest
Cherry, are you
still
sure?
Are you still referring to Holly, or you actually talking about?
No, I think he's talking about the
I,
sex thing now, but I don't know specifically what they
yeah,
talking
So-
Yeah,
about.
I don't know either, man.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
pause the video apparently.
You
Fuck.
broke it. Oh, there it is.
You broke it. How dare you?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit further
No, it's here.
up here. I think.
Uh,
Yeah, that's like one distance.
here.
We've read all this.
If the stream is correct, I don't know. What the fuck? What is my stream sharing?
It's
It's showing like the
Oh,
video.
Damien, you watching the dirty stuff?
No,
how
it's
dare
up
you,
right now.
Damien.
Alright,
Okay,
there we go.
that's hard.
But before we get into that real quick, Honest Cherry said on Mr. Sen's video, he told Louis that he knew her and she wasn't married. Now she's married and he just met her. I'm talking about this married girl. Okay, so that is referring to, and I remember I rewatched that part a couple times afterwards. I thought Louis said Marry, as in the name Mary.
Yeah, because you said
Like
that in the
some-
video as well, didn't you?
Yeah, like it's like some girl with the first name Mary.
Yeah.
Not married as in they had a wedding and rings on their fingers.
Yeah.
That I said no to like a girl named Mary because I don't remember any girl named Mary that I talked to on my Discord.
Yeah, and then
So
for some
that's probably
reason
what I was referring to.
this audio clip of Vex then or some shit got brought up and you were even more confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're not talking about like Holly. We're talking about this other thing.
Let me break it.
Fucking Holly. Holly?
Holly.
Holly.
Why do you guys think it's Holly?
Someone in here said it was Haley at one fucking point, like Christ.
That
I
was a
think
different
Damien.
thing.
I
Dude,
think
that's
Yeah.
just my fucking
missaid
pronunciation
that.
in English. Fuck off.
Black screen, by the way, for us.
I know. It
Yeah,
should
it's
be
black
good now.
screen again. There we
But
go.
yeah, like this middle part right here. That's what I was referring to.
Okay, so it says devil face. Oh my god, that's cringe. I hope you like spanking. Damn, was I really that forward back then?
Yeah, apparently.
I am not gonna lie, but I gotta tell you something. You probably know already though. I think I found out that Sen and I are married IRL, but there's a backstory to that. Okay, and as in I want to know the backstory. So we're married. Yes. Can I call? Sure. Let me turn on my computer back on 1 second. Okay. And then that probably during
Okay.
I said okay, and as in I want to hear the backstory to that.
Yeah, that's why I was asking the context
Yeah.
behind that.
Yeah.
'cause
Did
I
you
saw that
ever-
and it didn't make
Did you
sense
ever
to me.
get the context for that, though, Trevor?
Yeah, I know why they're married. It's just I don't know if I should. I mean, bring it
No,
up.
that's her story to tell, if anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's her story to tell.
I mean, I don't feel comfortable telling why they're married still and they haven't did anything to split up. I mean, I'm not there to talk about it, but
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
While you have this up, let me look at the other ones because I haven't really looked into these screenshots much.
You want me to start from the beginning of the screenshots?
No. I just want to see these real quick.
Okay.
One, two. So the one on the left is just us talking, has literally nothing to do. They kind of lurk. I call her really cute. That's a sin to call a girl cute. I don't know if this helps any, but I've never called any other girl beautiful on here besides you. Yeah, because I just made my fucking Discord and I was brand new to it. But you'll totally plow her, lol. That was a joke. Probably something said in a call with staff members. So what are you doing? Working on vids. I'm taking a small break right now. Alright, yeah. I don't know what's super bad about those screenshots, but I think they're just trying to get across the fact that we flirted at one point. Or at several points.
Yeah.
Honest Cherry, what do you have a problem with me saying that stuff? Like, is it a problem that I said that, or?
I mean, I don't know. It's like,
Uh,
legit, he's not making any good points here.
I mean, I'm just looking for a point to be like. I don't know what they're specifically.
Sorry about that. I've had some internet issues, so I'm going to be on mobile for a bit.
Sure thing, no worries.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Don't really look into things at all. Like, actually remember the email videos of him and his victims?
You don't really look into things at all. Remember the email videos of him and his victims. The email videos of him and his victims. Are you talking about the videos, the interviews had with his victims, and then the emails they had together? Like, because I covered that in live stream. I looked at it in depth. I told anybody if they had any other information, send it to me. I had over 1,000 people tuning into my live stream. My point is that TJV to do these things, but it's horrible for others too. I'm not sending other people for flirting. I'm not mad at other people for flirting with people.
Cherry is still going. I got it for like 3 minutes, and they're still going in chat.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure out where this is coming from.
Cynical.
Just mute it when if it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah, honestly, honest Jerry, like, you're just going around in circles here, making no real like point. Like, are you just typing this out just to seriously type out?
I really don't get it.
Go touch grass.
And fuck off.
No. Actually, the quote Mudahar. Don't touch grass. Go fuck some grass. Actually, go out in that grass and make babies with it.
Honestly, I would time him out, but it's honestly kind of funny to watch this.
Yep.
No, I'm talking about the video you took down.
I think the DMs.
The Omrecker DMs?
Yeah, the Omrecker DMs. Between,
those DMs.
Abby, Jules, and the other person.
Okay. Ohm didn't make me take it down. So that's the first thing. But I can talk about that later. Second, the video, if you're thinking that all Ohm did in that, or the supposed screenshot showed, is that Ohm is flirting, there was a lot more than that shown in there. Like, did you see the DMs? Like, it was bad. it was bad. I mean, like, the screenshots were showing, like, you know, hey, yes, I know you're a minor, and I still want your nudes. Send me your nudes, you know, and then a bunch of profanity said towards the girl. I don't see any screenshots of me doing that.
Cherry just said, I used to ask the TJV and he always used to flirt with me. Do you have any evidence of that?
Yeah.
Who is on
Cherry? Okay, Cherry, here's the thing. I'm going to drop my Discord tag in the chat. If you have evidence of this, if you have honest to God evidence of this, if you have evidence of this, send it to me. If you don't have evidence, stop making up bullshit. Okay?
I'm just
this is the kind of thing that can get you
and made the Lanza guy take down the video when I sent him an email to do that. Yeah.
Thanks, okay, there's so much going on right now. What the fuck?
There really is.
What? Like, what the fuck?
Honest Jerry, if you were trying to beat me in an argument, you should have started with the you used to flirt with me and FaceTime me, because that would have been a lot more believable then. But now you're at the point where
So Cherry, there is my Discord. If you have if you have evidence or screenshots of any of that, honestly, if you the only thing you can really back that up with is fucking evidence, because you sound like a dumbass right now. Message me on Discord, send me the screenshots. Until then, just keep your mouth shut and stop trying to start shit, because honestly, you look like an idiot right now.
I'm trying to think of any of my IRL girlfriends I've had back when I was 16. Did I ever FaceTime them when they were shirtless? I'm trying to think.
Cynical,
I don't think.
Yeah,
I
cynical.
think
I know
usually
you.
we saved that
Sorry.
business for in person. Like we wanted
Jerry.
to fuck in person. We didn't want to
Jerry,
fuck over
honest to
FaceTime.
God, we're not gonna fucking believe you unless you have evidence to back it up. So please reach out to me on Discord with
Tell
evidence.
me now that you're.
Like
I
seriously,
will.
you honestly are making yourself look like an
He
ass.
just died right there.
You look like an ass right now unless you have evidence to back up said accusations and allegations. Politely shut the fuck up.
Trevor,
No, he's like, no,
yeah,
don't
are
try to
you-
gloss this over. I used to be in your Discord.
I'm
Under
asking
what
for
name?
evidence. I'm not
What
trying
was
to
your
gloss it
name?
over.
What
What
Ask
is
for
your
evidence.
Discord?
Give me
Yeah,
evidence.
no. Just what's your Discord tag? We got bot logs. We'll be able to pull that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
what's
look
your
it up
Discord
right
tag?
fucking now.
Yeah, Maid will look it up.
I'll look it up right fucking now. I'm part of
My
staff.
hands
I'll
are
look it
off
up
my
right
keyboard.
now.
Also, cynical. I know you meant to say like you're on drugs, but you typed you are in drugs. It's like no. He's not on drugs. He's literally in the drugs.
He's in the drugs. He dove into a pile of.
Come on, Cherry, what's your Discord? Because we can look up in bot logs right now.
Trevor, are you getting cancelled by past exes now? Is this what this has come to?
Maybe.
No.
Is this
Come on, Jerry.
Savannah? I dated her when I was 14. What the fuck? And I'm...
God damn!
The one who threw the penny in the river. The one who threw the penny in the river. Yeah.
Well, I think Simp did say that. Like he was.
Not me.
Since we're throwing things
Come on,
out.
Cherry, I'm waiting. What's your Discord tag?
Am I getting fucking doxed or DDoSed now? What the fuck? Anyway, what was I saying? Fucking.
Come on, Jerry.
What if,
Where is
Trevor,
it?
what if this is like some
Quiet
sort
now,
of
huh?
fucking alt account?
It's fine. You guys can get dumb.
I'm
You
gonna
can
throw
dumb
it
and make fun of me. Remember the stream, so when my story comes out soon, you'll see.
Maybe.
You sound like such a-holes.
Dude, we're trying to get to the bottom of this. How do we sound like assholes? Jerry, honestly, I don't get it.
Trevor, have you turned down anyone recently?
Yeah, recently I did actually. Yeah.
Oh,
Like in my live stream chat, there was this girl who sat here and goes, "I'll have your snap," and I'm like, "Fuck you! No, I'm not giving you my fucking snap." And
If you guys want to snap DM me.
I ain't no simp.
Blake goes, "But that's a chick, that's a girl," and I'm like, "I don't give a fuck, dude. She's a stranger. I don't know who the fuck she is."
Well, Cherry,
I'm
you do not have evidence. I told you, if you have evidence, reach out to me on Discord. I dropped my Discord tag in the chat.
Treating me like trash.
Message me on Discord with evidence of said allegations and said stuff that you claim is fact, and maybe I could do something about it. But you're going in a live stream chat, complaining, saying all this baseless shit. No one is going to believe you.
Don't.
Sorry, that's not how shit works.
Yo, if you just give us the Discord tag, it would end all
If you
of it.
just give me your Discord tag, I can look you up.
Yeah, we'd see if you've ever
I
actually been in
can
my
look.
Discord, and if you have never been in my Discord
I am not
server,
here to
then you're
share my
lying.
story.
If you've
Share
been in my
story
Discord
anyway.
server, it'll be a little more believable.
Like,
Yeah.
honestly, if you send me evidence,
I mean, that's
I feel like I need to talk to
Evidence
you
to back
like you don't
it
understand
up.
English.
Fine.
If you send me evidence, I can defend you.
I
But
sense.
right now, you look like an ass. So stop.
I sense Keemstar is going to be in this live very soon.
Yeah, he cancels me for getting mad.
get it
I'm not talking.
right.
Then why are you fucking bringing it up? You honestly, you're the one that started this one that started up this conversation. You're the one that said, "Oh, I FaceTimed Trevor and he was shirtless." You're the one that started up the situation, and now you're like, "I'm not going to talk about it because you know you're fucking wrong."
I can't keep my emotions in check, and sometimes where Trevor lies, I can't hold.
Honey, the guilt tripping won't work unless there's actual evidence. Just keep your mouth shut.
Don't pull an ace gunner.
Dude.
Stop trying to pull an ace gunner on
Oh
us.
yeah.
No.
I doubt.
Fuck you.
I think that's
Fuck you, Cherry. If
that's-
you're gonna be pulling a fucking ace
Cherry.
gunner, no, you're.
Cherry, and how many
We
times
are
have you
not
gone
doing
to
this
Trevor's
shit.
chat to do this? Like, how many times can I have like an actual concrete number? Where you're like, here's my story with TJV.
Has Honest Cherry ever been in my chats before?
Cynical
I don't
confirmed
know.
that
I don't
they
know.
have.
Oh no! Hey
Yeah,
guys,
I don't
guys,
think-
listen,
I don't think he
guys,
was in
listen to
there
this.
yesterday, 'cause
Quincy
I
says
was in-
I didn't have evidence of Donald Trump trying to kidnap me, but believe me, he did. Oh my God, guys, we gotta help her. We gotta call out Donald Trump. I'm
Oh
doing
my
it
God.
right now.
Yeah.
I'm going on
That's
Twitter.
it, boys. We got
I'm
to call
going on
the
Hey.
Twitter.
service.
Queen Lee is the heart of my Discord server. I would actually try to get the bottom of that if that actually happened. I would.
Yeah, okay, that genuinely did happen. Like, we're gonna cancel Donald Trump.
Dude, give me a sec. I need to.
Just remember what you
Remember
said.
what you said.
Cherry.
That's all.
Cherry.
No, I get my entire card.
Honest
You
to
on
God.
to Washington D.C.
If you,
I'm gonna be right back.
that's all.
Hey,
Okay,
watch-
well, Cherry, remember what you
The
made yourself look
reversal.
like today.
Watch
That
the
is all.
reversal now. Mini Lad's gonna upload a video on TJV.
Honestly, let me look from user.
TJV exposed.
Let's look up a Cherry. From user Cherry. Let's
God
scroll
damn it.
through, shall we?
Like, I don't get it. Like, you say that you wanted to share this, and then you're like, oh, well, I'm not going to. It's like, either you give it up, or either you give it, or kindly
Outlawed.
shut the fuck
I
up.
mean,
Trevor,
look,
I think I
yeah,
know who it is now.
the
Trevor, I
hypocrisy
think
you
it's
guys
one
are
of
showing.
your.
Calling us hypocrite
Trevor.
now.
I think
What
it's one of
fucking
your
hypocrisy
Yoshis.
then?
Hold on.
Fucking explain to me then.
Yeah,
How are we being hypocrites?
This
So,
circle jerk for
Cherry, was your
big
user Cherry Bomb? Was your user Cherry Bomb? That
Before
was
we-
that's now a deleted user?
Before we get into that, by the way, Cherry, before you call us all hypocrites, right? And Trevor will back me up on this. Remember who I am, and I'm sitting here saying that I have never seen you even in my time in his
Yeah.
Discord. So literally,
looking
no
right
one knows
now.
who you are.
The only Cherry that's popping up when I look up Cherry is a person named Cherry Bomb. And that's it.
Did they ever say anything regarding that shit, or?
I looked up Cherry Bomb in bot logs.
Right, all right, lads. Listen, this is turning into a game of fucking Among Us at this point.
I don't care. This is fun. This is the most fun I've had this fucking stream.
Dude, I like Chilled Venom. He sat here and said, "I smell guilt trip and manipulation." Dude, maybe I did guilt trip and manipulated someone. I don't know. Kind of confused myself.
Trevor, did you pull an ace gunner?
Oh god,
I mean,
don't bring that up. Not yet, anyway.
Oh.
You've heard about it, haven't you?
Okay, Trevor. Who's the one did you steal when in elementary?
His name was Rick. I didn't like him.
Okay, all right, Trevor, that's it.
He
The
deserved
beans.
it though.
Are
He
you
deserved
pulling-
it though.
Are you pulling a pyrocynical where it's going to turn out that you're innocent?
Fuck me now. I'd love to see what you have to say when you're proven wrong. What's to be proven fucking wrong if you don't have the fucking evidence?
Hey, Ritz, you copy my accent again, I'll charge you royalties.
Dude, I'm just honestly confused, Jerry. You
we're all confused.
You come in here and try to paint Trevor as the worst guy possible. Well, we're trying to get to the bottom of this as well, and do an interview with him to get his side of the story.
And just
Yeah,
for some
I mean,
people
I'll
to
tell you what,
confuse
Cherry. I'll tell you what, right? If you can prove, like, find some way to prove it, you've already given out your Discord. Prove it to either Maid or Trevor. But I don't think you can, because it's very convenient that he's on here, and then this is suddenly came out of nowhere. That's where we're coming from.
Yeah.
Wait, did they give out the Discord?
I would like to admit right now that Honest Cherry is my alt account, and I'm just trying to give myself attention.
Shit!
No, I'm kidding.
Exposed.
Dude, exposed.
I'm not trying
Dude,
to
I
paint
fucking
what you
bet
guys
your
don't
ass,
see.
Trevor. I fucking bet your ass that this will be
What
taken
are
out
we
of
not seeing
context.
then, Cherry?
It will be. It'll be
Please.
taken out of context. It will
What
be,
are we not?
100%.
What are we not seeing, Cherry? I mean, like,
Please
we
tell us what we're not
literally-
seeing.
What are we not seeing? I mean, I'm blind. I don't see anyways. But what are we not seeing?
Targeting someone and expect people to listen to you, Cherry, without evidence. You're the problem. If you
Cherry,
can't
Cherry, I
explain
had
the
issues with the
arguments.
guy, and you're even failing to fucking convince me. Like, what the fuck?
That's has enough. What the fuck? Is anything?
Cherry.
Yeah, even this D-Jam says the best. Like, seriously, you're targeting someone and expect people to listen to you, Cherry, without evidence. You're the problem here if you can't explain your argument.
Trevor had me on his stream and belittled me.
Okay,
That Cherry.
Oh, okay.
which stream? Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down?
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
put
so
the-
many
Oh my
streams.
I think it's
God.
gonna
Yeah,
be
just put in,
published.
just put it in the. Wait, just put in that GIF of like that guy from I think it was like Batman Beyond, where he's like, "Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down to?"
Did you
I
have
think
your
I know
shirt
which
off
stream.
stream?
Give a
Is
Discord
this what
tag
this
and
is? How
screenshot.
many people have you
Where
offended
and
on
when.
stream?
Queen Lee, come. You said Cherry, come join the Discord. I want to welcome you. That's her weapon. She welcomes everybody in my Discord server. That's her weapon. Kill them with kindness, Lee.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I think I know the
Beautiful.
That's for
stream.
me because I'm neutral.
I think I know the
And
stream.
that is completely fine. You can remain
Oh,
neutral,
that's true.
cynical, if you want.
Yeah.
That is completely fine because we're here just listening to Trevor's side of the story.
Which
No,
we've
like-
done, and it's been
Yeah.
fair. And
Wait.
like now, all of a sudden, all of these fucking cancel cultures are coming out the fucking woodwork.
Yeah.
Remember the Snapchat/blocked incident? What are you talking about? What are you
Narrow
talking
it
about?
down.
What are you talking about?
I still haven't heard of it, and
Well,
I've
Batman
seen a
Beyond.
lot.
What incident? What did they say? What incident?
Snapchat/blocked incident.
Omega Don, do you want to get me a drink too, bud?
Oh, hell yeah.
take a
Maid, were you the one on my
I'll take-
stream that I showed proof that when you block someone or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah.
But are they talking about that?
Probably.
Just for this, I'm gonna get an egg
It
roll.
was funny.
This is getting good.
I'm so
Bro, Omega, if you're gonna be getting a drink, give me a good bottle of like a fruit flavored vodka.
I'm so
I just need a drink.
lost in so many ways because it's just like, what are you talking about? Like, make sense. Stop speaking in riddles.
Yeah, like what
Are you
is
the
this
Riddler?
like Arkham
do
vs.
you-
Riddler
oh,
shit?
Do you remember this? Oh, do you remember that? Remember the 5th of November. Get on with it.
Do you remember the 21st night of September?
Yeah, do you? I don't know.
Yes, that was me, but you didn't even get to the point to that. Give me a good bottle. What?
What?
Trevor, I beg, fill in the gap somewhere because I'm beginning to lose me marbles trying to piece this together.
Dude, I still love how we
Yes,
got
that
more
was
dislikes
me,
than
but
likes.
you don't even get to the point to that. Oh no, he blocked me on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Like, I'll give us
Hold
to
on.
move this conversation forward.
Hold
To
on.
Damien
real quick,
or
though.
Ritz or anybody. Chilled Venom. If you ever want to have him on, he's a great guy. Great commentary channel.
Oh,
Chilled
yeah.
Venom's awesome.
I don't know.
Let's bring up a side point, and
Uh,
I do think I gotta go soon, but I'll wait for Ritz to get back so I can say bye to him.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's.
hey,
We already
he's
know when
being
you
like
dealt
an
with
Trevor,
Venom
is it
before.
okay for me to add you, so if you have any more comments about the podcast, you can message me about it?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Add me on Discord. Yep.
Sure.
Or
Mind if I
I'm
do the
ever,
same as
if
well?
I'm ever free throughout the day and there's another stream or something, just message me saying, "Hey, do you mind hopping on for a little bit?" I'll come hop on.
Hell yeah.
Mind if I do the same as well?
Yeah, go ahead, add me. That's cool. I have like 1,000 friend requests, so like
I'm Discord.
Jesus.
That's easy name. It's
I think
a
it was
really
that,
unique
yeah.
name. So
here, maybe I can just click on your names in here and
Oh.
add you.
Oh.
you can.
Accept. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so
Wait.
apparently it was a stream of you, like, when you were responding to Crow's stream about you, covering the whole Louis situation.
That's the one I was remembering.
Crow. Oh, I don't remember that.
It's like quite far in.
So, Trevor, was that the shirt you had off? Was that the stream he's talking about?
I never had a shirt off though. During the live stream, I had a shirt off.
Well, that's what he's claiming. He claimed that apparently you were shirtless at one point.
Where are we from?
No, I mean it's
different-
probably directed at me because I'm currently this one streaming. I'm from Europe, so that's why my accent isn't that like solid as in English. So, and I mess up my pronunciation a lot.
I haven't
Yeah,
got a clue. I'm
I
so
don't
lost.
know.
Currently, I was fighting.
Everyone is getting involved in this now in the fucking comment. I'm not a he. Okay, she.
Honestly, I have to
What
agree
are
with
you,
Chilled,
first of
though.
all?
Like, if you got serious allegations, simply identify and give the evidence. It's not that difficult.
Man, my fucking brain is that of fucking paste.
Yeah.
Like,
Honest cherry, just because you made my day today, I'm gonna go get a sundae and it's gonna have a cherry on top. And when I'm eating that cherry, I'll think about you.
Dude.
Because it's an honest cherry.
Oh my
It's
god,
an
dude,
honest cherry.
I just can't with this kid anymore.
I haven't got a clue what's going on. I'm just
Like, honestly, I was bringing groceries in, and that entire time I was just like, what?
Oh,
wait.
Dwarfing hers a Dutch accent? Damn, that's
Wait,
pretty good.
better
You
yet,
can hear that.
why am I even looking into this? No, don't even get me involved.
Wait, what's the thing from, like, Always Sunny? That one scene where it's, like, the guy talking about the mail? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Sid. The scene with, like, the mail where he's like, oh my god, it's this person's name, but there's no guy in the building, so it keeps getting sent back to me.
Dude. What the fuck happened in general chat?
Why is it that I have to do anything? As much as Trevor can make YouTube videos on whoever, I can say whatever. And Trevor messed this up for other victims?
Wait.
What?
Wait, what?
Alright. Cherry, if you are genuinely a fucking victim, here is my Discord tag. Once again, if you have evidence, I can help you if you send me that evidence. But if you're going to go on with baseless accusations with nothing to back you up, no one can help you. If it's a thing that you genuinely went through, reach out. My DMs are open.
Do you think any of my staff members are gonna want to, like, you know, be a staff member on my Discord if I've done shit like that? Like,
honestly, if anything,
I'm
the one
staff.
Yeah. If anything, I'm one of the staff members currently that butts heads with Trevor the most.
Yeah, Maid does. Maid really doesn't
every
like
time you do something. It's always
she's like my PR team, but a better PR team than
Don't
what
do
Minilad
it.
has.
Like, don't do it. Like, the night where you were gonna go talk to the crows, the second time, I'm like, don't do it, it's a bad idea. And you're like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's a bad idea.
The only difference between Minilad's PR team and Maid is that Maid actually sometimes gives good advice.
Yeah, like, I gave you good advice, like, a few nights ago. But shit. I'm like, don't look like an ass! Like, that kind of shit.
But if Trevor are bigger than you, they couldn't help anyone. How can you help me?
Let's see, because I'm one of Trevor's friends, and if he does shit, I will call him out on it. I have done it multiple times.
Maid knows people in my personal life. She could fucking contact people in my own personal life.
I can be terrifying.
You know what? Look,
I can
be
terrifying.
I'll settle it like this, right? It's the best way to settle it. If you really had this proof, right? If this really happened, and it happened as you said, like, what, months ago? Do I have that timeline correct? How come you wait until, like, a small podcast team does an interview with the man? Do you decide then, oh, wait, this is a good time to bring it up?
It doesn't matter. If you have evidence, reach out to me. My DMs are always open. I will look into it if the accusations and stuff have evidence to back it up. But if you're coming out here with no evidence, I cannot help you. That's all I can say. I cannot help you if you do not give me the stuff to help you with.
Looks like Honest Cherry isn't so honest.
Oh my God.
And it looks like the cherry just got popped.
Then why haven't you made Trevor?
Is it another? What was it that they said?
God, that was so wrong. And he said that like this is gonna sound awesome.
Why haven't you made Trevor or Blake apologize for how they
Like,
talk
you know
about
what that
Hallie?
is, dog.
Honestly, Jerry, here's the thing with the Hallie situation. I am not going to get involved with whatever people say about Hallie, because it's not my place. If they say something
wait. What did me and Blake say about how we talked to Hallie? Like, me and Blake has done nothing but give Hallie, like, the utmost respect.
Not only that, but most of the time they joked around because they were friends.
Yeah.
Like, Blake, Hallie, and Trevor, they had, like, this big, good friend
At this
group.
point, I think they're just delaying until the ice cream shop closes at this point.
I'll answer that easily. I told you, I was watching, he said things on here that really got to me, and it triggered me. Okay, well, if you honestly had an issue with Trevor, I will say it again. I feel like I'm a fucking broken record at this point. If you have an issue with Trevor, if you had an honest issue and there was something that happened, reach out to somebody. Reach out to me. Give me the evidence and I can help you. Why did it take Hallie years to come out with her allegations on Minilad?
Just for the quick record here, when you say reach out to someone, it's probably best if you just keep it to reach out to Maid at this point.
I mean, she can reach out to me.
Honest Sherry. So, like, if you're a victim of something and it's something really did happen to you, I'm very sorry that happened to you. But just on the whole Hallie thing, you got to understand that, you know, a victim doesn't necessarily know that they're a victim to something in the moment when that happens. So when Hallie and Minilad were close and a lot of that stuff was happening between them, she was still in conversation with Minilad. It isn't like that shit happened, Minilad blocked her, and then, oh, it's time for her to come out about it, but she waited a few years. No, she's been in conversation not only with Minilad, but several other people surrounding Minilad, and it only took until a certain time where she knew, hey, yes, me and this other victim, Ash, are ready to come out with our stories about this person. Victim stories don't just come out lickety-split just like that. That doesn't happen in all cases. Some cases, yes, it can happen. But if you're going to sit here and shun on other victims and stuff like that, that is a complete disgrace, and I really hope you go to hell for that. I'm just saying, you got to understand every person's situation is different. It's not just cut and clear and dry like yours, if that's, you know, what you're insinuating. But I'm just saying, you got to be careful about what you're saying there, because, you know, victim situations are different, you know, and we don't know the full context, so you just got to be able to be wary of that stuff, so. But I just wanted to say that. I don't know what else they're going to talk. You guys can have fun with Cherry, though, while I leave. But Ritz, yeah. I wanted to say, Ritz and Damien, thanks for having me on here, Sonny.
You're very welcome.
Sonny, I did have one note about something you said, Sonny. You said that I talked to, like, half my stream about my car. Okay. He said something like that. He talked about the thing for like 5 minutes, and then the other half of the stream he talked about my car and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you want pictures of my car, it's a nice car. You'd understand why I would talk half my stream about my car.
I already seen it. Yeah.
I love that car, man.
Dude. Trevor, before you leave, let me say this. Ritz was fucking simping for your car in that podcast at the end.
So bad.
At the end, you will hear him say it if you watch it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
One
I
thing
totally
that
don't have a
say
scrappy
real quick,
95
Trevor,
Pontiac
before you
Grand Am or
go.
anything.
What I say in the stream, it's just out of love and respect. I just don't want to see you go down a path like Leafy and all that, because you do got potential, and the videos you put out are amazing, you know. So I just got worried for you.
All right, and just know when I say fuck you, I mean that in the utmost respect, and I still love and appreciate everything you've done. I can't say that with a straight face. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. I got you, Ben.
Everyone has a past, and if I ever were to be able to talk to Vex, Dino, or Slushy again, I probably would say something like, "Hey, fuck you for everything that you did." But also, fuck you. Thank you for helping me for everything that you did. So if you ever, pop into one of my live stream chats, or if I ever see you across the internet sometime, if I reply, fuck you, just know that, other people might look at that being like, oh my god, he's so salty about that. But people in this chat, the stream, people, you'll understand what that means. I mean it in respect, and, confusing the fuck out of people's funny. I might even sit here and say, Simp, why the fuck did you touch my sister? Or some shit like that.
I mean, he must have a long arm to reach that far.
Fucking Mr. Fantastic.
He has a wife.
You might enjoy
Mr.
it.
Fantastic asked my sister wants her shoes back.
I love it.
Bye, guys. I will be going to get a gun. I'll probably post it on my Twitter, Honest Cherry. So if you follow me on Twitter, it's @TrevorValentine. I will post the Sunday on my fucking Twitter.
Hell yeah.
All right?
Let's fucking go.
You'll have a cherry right on top.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then Doc will probably pop it.
All right.
Hey,
Bye,
Trevor.
guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Okay, so Cherry.
I'm still...
Cherry.
How? I was trying to force my story out, yet everyone is calling me a liar. Look how Trevor Ohm and Keemstar ruined it for victims.
Cherry, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. If you want your story to get out there, DM me. I have dropped my Discord tag in chat 2 times already. I will drop it again.
I will drop mine as well if needed.
Regardless of the Cherry thing, this has been, for once, an actually good fucking podcast. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
There is my Discord tab.
That's the
yet again.
Here, mine. Here's mine as well.
Oh, it's only like 60% of it. We talk about random rubbish.
It doesn't matter. We still got.
I mean, that's pretty standard for our podcast these days.
Well, at least the other two, we had like 85% rubbish, and then
Also, just for the fuck of it, here's mine as well.
If you need to talk, if you want your story to get out there, DM me.
Hold on, maybe I know them from a while back. Hold on, maybe they know me. Cherry, I am Cherry on Trevor's Discord, and for a while after that, I went by the name of PR Sim Killer. Does that name ring a bell? Because maybe, like, if I can get to maybe I can find a way to fucking figure it out. Because, and if not, it's whatever. But maybe they just know me. Unless they've disappeared.
I mean, it might be because Trevor left as well. I mean, we're still on 22 viewers.
It's I guess the cherry really did get popped.
For fuck's
I
sake.
could say that.
Like, Cherry, I am giving you the opportunity to talk about it and get your story out there. If Trevor did something...
We are willing to
promise
listen.
you I'm not trying to get clout or anything from this. I just don't like Trevor's lies and how he treated me.
Okay,
no,
then...
It does ring a bell. Alright then, so you know who I am then. Have we ever spoken before? Because I'm trying to get the gist of who you are real quick. Because even with my time with Trevor, I've said a lot of things about Trevor, but I don't think what you're accusing him of he would do. Because Trevor is a man who literally hates the guts of people who do that shit. So, I don't... Are you sure you just...
A lot of people know you simp.
I remember you falling out, simp. I remember Vex and Dino and the other girl. You mean Slushy?
Slushy?
I remember Trevor flirted with them.
Yes, Cherry, who are you? Hold on.
Okay.
We literally just went over all this.
Yeah.
This could just be like... You could just be being very vague because there have been 2 videos that have been dropped and that kind of stuff recently about Trevor talking about those topics.
One by
Do
Zombie
you
Fox and the other
honestly
by
know-
Velocity.
Do you
Sorry, mate,
honestly
go on.
know who those people are, or are you just fucking with us? Because if you're just doing this, like I said, if you want your story to get out there, if you have actual evidence, DM me. I may be friends with Trevor, but I have been known if he does something shitty, I will call him out on it. Sim can fucking back me up on this. Like, Trevor even confirmed, like,
We all
yeah,
can
she
back
calls
you
me
up
out.
on this.
If
Maybe
Trevor does something,
wait,
I will
hold
call
on a
him out
minute,
on
because
it.
no, this is getting... You remember me and Trevor falling out. That's interesting. When did we fall out?
Excuse me?
No, just really best the question
That's a
who the
good
fuck
question.
you are.
No, exactly. Give me a minute here. Because I need to know this, because this is interesting, because, like, I didn't think anyone else knew about that other than the people that were involved, so it's interesting hearing that someone actually knows about it.
But
yeah, something goes right. We are trying to understand.
Yeah, we are. We're trying to get to the
I
bottom.
mean,
of
if you're
stuff.
hurt by something that Trevor said or something, like, you don't need to take it to such extremes. I mean,
but also at the same time, you know, if there's
I'm shaking.
the only reason why, like,
So,
we are
Cherry, we are trying to understand what you're saying, but
Just breathe in
with-
through your nose and out through your
breathe.
mouth to calm. To
okay,
stop
just
the shaking.
breathe. It was earlier this year.
correct. I did.
You got into an argument with him.
Cherry, were you there for that? Because I'm not trying to... It was recorded.
recorded.
What?
What?
Huh?
Who
By who?
Who are you?
Yes.
Who recorded it?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
chilled.
Chilled. Let them
talk.
speak. Let them speak.
Yeah, okay.
No, chilled. Let him
Let him
speak.
speak. Chilled. We got this. Cherry, explain.
Starting to get suspenseful.
It is.
Like, so someone recorded it.
Simp, I know you know this.
Of course I know it. I'm trying to figure out how you know it.
Oh,
Alright, look, Cherry, I'll tell you what, right? Seeing as you clearly know me, DM me. I'm not going to say it here, but I think I have a good grip on who you could be. But I'm not going to confirm it yet. Like, if you want to talk to me, we can do that. I didn't realize who you were. But if you want to talk to me and help me figure this out, it can be helped. Like, please, reach out to me.
Like I said, for right now, unless like I see any evidence, I'm gonna have to stay like most kind of more neutral. But like
no,
this kind of just showed up like out of the blue, so
I
it's like
did
what
not
the
expect this to
fuck?
happen in this stream.
Trevor was accusing you of things, and I won't say here you were defending yourself and you were right.
About what though?
You weren't. DM me, whoever you are. My new username is the One-Eyed God. If you need the numbers are hashtag 0128.
I was being an idiot, and I fought with him after you guys fought. Shit. So
I might be. I need you to DM me because I don't know if I'm going through temporary amnesia. Okay. Well, don't say it here. DM me. Cherry, for real, if you know this much, DM me. Because I need to know individual person. Because I think I know who you are as well. But I don't want to give a statement and then have someone else dragged into it. You know, even Trevor has said that I get roped into shit. So I don't want to say something and then pull someone in. But if you
I think it's more so just... Oh, sorry, go on, Simp.
If you do know me... more open. Okay, look, can we stop? No disrespect intended, but you know who I am, but I don't know who you are. Or I think I don't, or I do. But
okay, Cherry, I don't know how we are not open to hearing this stuff, because we are trying to get to the bottom of this to figure out what is going on here. I don't see
hold on, like, no disrespect to Cherry, but listen, I've never talked about this outside of anything. Last I remembered. So the fact that someone who I don't know knows this is pretty alarming to me. I need to know who this person is.
No, Oni is in chat. Hey, Oni.
I've never seen someone by the name of Honest Cherry. But I have cross-referenced some of the text, which is why I'm partially aware of who it could be. And I'm not going to say here unless I'm able to prove it. I would much rather them prove it.
And yes, we are very open about listening to you, about hearing you out in this. So we're not sure why you think that we're not.
Hello.
Okay, look.
This is all fucking confusing.
Did he tell? Oh, okay. Let's start at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning here. All right.
Long ago, the Fourth Nations used to live in harmony.
I don't.
God damn it, Ritz!
If you just DM me who you are, it will stay
Until the
private.
nation attacked.
It will stay
Until the
private.
Ohm
It
Nation.
won't go
I'm
out.
not gonna bring you into anything that you don't want to be a part of, but you've used my name and stuff, and you've talked about stuff that only a small select people. Alright, and if you come to me, I can guarantee your safety and anonymity in this.
You will.
If there's one thing that Trevor has talked to you about, whoever you are, seeing as you've had conversations with him, it's that I keep shit to myself. If you want to talk to me, I can make it happen to where nobody else will know about it if you want to keep it private. That's fine, Cherry. If you need a moment to catch your breath, that's perfectly fine. I'm more than willing to wait. My DMs are open 24/7.
Yeah.
I do have an idea of who you could be, but again, I'm going to say this. You know me. You clearly know me. And if there's one thing that you should definitely know about me, is that I'm very approachable and I can help with... I'm very versatile in extreme situations. Everyone in here, look, even Dwarf is saying I'm trustworthy.
Dwarf is saying he's trustworthy.
I mean,
we can all confirm that he's trustworthy, so...
Yeah, personally,
How
I've
are
only known
Quinn?
you
I
for a
didn't
short
see you
while.
there. But yeah, if you want to talk to me, I'm more than happy. Okay, and that's okay to be scared. It's a normal, it's a normal human reaction.
Yeah, it really is.
And believe me, I'm on a podcast talking about some of this stuff. You think I'm not scared? Like, I'm worried that like my girlfriend here, Lynx, will get involved in some way and get bogged down by it, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
But like, if you want to talk to me, like, it will just be you and me.
I mean, is that the reason, Jury, that...
We got Trevor in this podcast to explain his side of the story, and if
Okay,
he has comments about the podcast, he
again,
can
Cherry, if you do know something, you're better off just talking to me about it.
Yeah.
Alright? It's not going to be public.
Yeah, anything that you want to talk about, like, just go to him about it, because he will keep everything pretty much private unless you want it to be public.
Yeah.
Here you go, Cherry. If you lost Cherry,
I will say this though, it was a little bit odd timing that this was all being said during this podcast of all. But like,
if you want to reach out, Cherry, here, this is my Discord. This is my current one. It's right there for you. That's my current one. I don't mind anyone else having this on here, obviously, because most of everyone knows me in here.
And everyone that is in the chat can join the Discord link in the description, and they will get you out anyway. So.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to join in can join into this Discord right now.
Link is down in the description.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm more than willing to help you, but you need to reach out to me.
Okay. Do you think this is all going to be it? You think we're going to be talking about anything else?
I mean, what more is there to talk about, really?
I don't
really think anything else. I think I'm all settled out.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyone else?
Anything else?
Made, Tim, Dark, Rich, Sunny.
Yeah.
Nope.
I can't think of anything, honestly.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. So
anyway, bitches and gentlemen.
Yeah, bitches and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
I think he meant to say. I think he meant to say bitch. I think he meant to say bitches and bastards.
I mean bitches and dogs.
Fuck! I hit my ankle.
Scooter ankle.
All right, yeah, lovely bitches and bastards of the internet. We have been podcast, and we will see you guys in the next.
If you like this podcast, press that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow us on our Twitters if you want to keep up to date. YouTube channels are down there. We have our Discord down there. And yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that,
And don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the red button.
Hell yeah.
And if anything else, if you're feeling suicidal, you've come to the right place.
Hell yeah.
God damn it, Ritz.
All right, but
anyways,
last thing I will say is, Cherry, you know where to find me.
Yep.
And consider subscribing to TJV, who was also in our interview. So
yeah, he's
thanks,
down in the
thanks again to Trevor.
Thanks to Trevor.
Thanks again for Trevor for at least coming in, talking with us.
Yeah.
I know there was
his
some
side of
newfound
things.
drama that just came in live, but
That was out of the blue.
hopefully this will be all sorted out. I'm
certain of it.
I'm certain this will all just blow over time. I'm sure things will happen. I know there's going to be something coming out. But for right now, I'm going to have to stay neutral because for one, I have no clue what the fuck is going to be happening.
Yeah, already. And Cherry, whenever you're ready, just let us know.
Yeah.
Just
take as much time as you need and pretty much have yourself completely composure and everything when you're ready to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just know that we are here for that.
Yeah, we are
to hear you out.
Yeah, we're here to listen.
So, with that being
goes up
said,
for everybody too.
Yeah, that goes for everybody. If you have anything to talk to us about, messages, DMs, whatever, it's open. Just let us know.
Yes.
Anyways, we will talk to you, beautiful bastards.